What's up, everyone? What's up, PlayStation Nation? You are now tuned in to the What's Up PlayStation podcast.
What's up? What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. You already know what you're getting, and that is facts with a discussion. The greatest to bless the mic without the needless interruption. Face it, we got an anatomy like a little bite of me for a concussion. You know what's up, man. I mean it when I seen it. I was proud of these brothers. They entertain the people every week without cussing, and you don't ever hear the drama. They keep it clean on the podcast. Independent duo doing it big when they broadcast. Haters hate to see them doing positive things. PlayStation Nation got you, ain't it obvious, man? We pulling up every week and showing love in the chat. Unlike these other channels, these guys are showing their back. Like, what's up?
What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. Persona, the gaming politician, politicking for the come up. Division and vision require precision, decision that gotta be thought of. The potential is exponential. Gaming credentials is what they brought us. Get caught up. You know, Bari bring the passion when he's speaking from the heart. He the best lisp on YouTube, climbing up the charts. And when Persona speaks, he gon' tear the mic apart. Intellectually, of course, cause you know the boy's smart. They cover the news with integrity, so you know it's a must watch. Ain't no console war, just two brothers being a font. What's up, PlayStation got the Saturdays locked. And if you ain't tuning in, you missing out. Get blocked.
What's up? What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
Yo, listen, man. I really do appreciate everyone that always comes through to rock out with me and Bari, man, on What's Up PlayStation podcast. A podcast by fans for the fans, or by the community for the community, I should say. Listen, man. For me, man, I'm gaming with Persona. If you enjoyed listening, definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm a PlayStation fan too.
Yo, what's up, everyone? What's up, PlayStation Nation? You are now tuned in to the What's Up PlayStation podcast.
What's up? What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. You already know what you're getting, and that is facts with a discussion. The greatest to bless the mic without the needless interruption. Face it, we got an anatomy like a little bite of me for a concussion. You know what's up, man. I mean it when I seen it. I was proud of these brothers. They entertain the people every week without cussing, and you don't ever hear the drama. They keep it clean on the podcast. Independent duo doing it big when they broadcast. Haters hate to see them doing positive things. PlayStation Nation got you, ain't it obvious, man? We pulling up every week and showing love in the chat. Unlike these other channels, these guys are showing their back. Like, what's up?
What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. introduction. Persona, the gaming politician, politicking for the come up. Division and vision require precision, decision that gotta be thought of. The potential is exponential, gamer credentials is what they brought us. Get caught up. You know, Bari bring the passion when he's speaking from the heart. He the best lisp on YouTube, climbing up the charts. And when Persona speaks, he gon' tear the mic apart. Intellectually, of course, cause you know the boy's smart. They cover the news with integrity, so you know it's a must watch. Ain't no console war, just two brothers being a font. What's up, PlayStation got the Saturdays locked. And if you ain't tuning in, you missing out. Get blocked.
What's up? What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
Yo, listen, man. I really do appreciate everyone that always comes through to rock out with me and Bari, man, on What's Up PlayStation Podcast, a podcast by fans for the fans, or by the community for the community, I should say. Listen, man. For me, man, I'm gaming with Persona. If you enjoyed listening, definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm a PlayStation fan too.
Yo, what's up, everyone? What's up, PlayStation Nation? You are now tuned in to the What's Up PlayStation Podcast.
What's up? What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. You already know what you getting, and that is facts with a discussion. The greatest to bless the mic without the needless interruption. Face it, we got an anatomy like a little bite of me for a concussion. You know what's up, man. I mean it when I seen it, I was proud of these brothers. They entertain the people every week without cussing. And you don't ever hear the drama, they keep it clean on the podcast. Independent duo doing it big when they broadcast. Haters hate to see them doing positive things. PlayStation Nation got you, ain't it obvious, man? We pulling up every week and showing love in the chat. Unlike these other channels, these guys are showing their bag like, what's up?
What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. Persona, the gaming politician, politicking for the come up. Division and vision require precision, decision that gotta be thought of. The potential is exponential, gamer credentials is what they brought us. Get caught up. You know, Bari bring the passion when he's speaking from the heart. He the best lisp on YouTube, climbing up the charts. And when Persona speaks, he gon' tear the mic apart. Intellectually, of course, cause you know the boy's smart. They cover the news with integrity, so you know it's a must watch. Ain't no console war, just two brothers being a font. What's up, PlayStation got the Saturdays locked. And if you ain't tuning in, you missing out. Get blocked.
What's up? What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
Yo, listen, man. I really do appreciate everyone that always comes through to rock out with me and Bari, man, on What's Up PlayStation Podcast, a podcast by fans for the fans, or by the community for the community, I should say. Listen, man. For me, man, I'm gaming with Persona. If you enjoyed listening, definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm a PlayStation fan too.
Yo, what's up, everyone? What's up, PlayStation Nation? You are now tuned in to the What's Up PlayStation Podcast.
What's up? What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do, what's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. You already know what you're getting, and that is facts with a discussion. The greatest to bless the mic without the needless interruption. Face it, we got an anatomy like a little bite of me for a concussion. You know what's up, man. I mean it when I seen it. I was proud of these brothers. They entertain the people every week without cussing. And you don't ever hear the drama. They keep it clean on the podcast. Independent duo doing it big when they broadcast. Haters hate to see them doing positive things. PlayStation Nation got you, ain't it obvious, man? We pulling up every week and showing love in the chat. Unlike these other channels, these guys are showing their bag like, what's up?
What it is, what it do, what's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do, what's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. Persona, the gaming politician, politicking for the come up. Division and vision require precision, decision that gotta be thought of. The potential is exponential. Gamer credentials is what they brought us. Get caught up. You know, Bari bring the passion when he's speaking from the heart. He the best lisp on YouTube, climbing up the charts. And when Persona speaks, he gon' tear the mic apart. Intellectually, of course, cause you know the boy's smart. They cover the news with integrity, so you know it's a must watch. Ain't no console war, just two brothers being a font. What's up, PlayStation got the Saturdays locked. And if you ain't tuning in, you missing out. Get blocked.
What's up? What it is, what it do, what's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do, what's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
Yo, listen, man. I really do appreciate everyone that always comes through to rock out with me and Bari, man, on What's Up PlayStation Podcast, a podcast by fans for the fans, or by the community for the community, I should say.
I'm a PlayStation fan too. What is good, YouTube? What is good, PlayStation Nation? It is your boy Persona of Gaming with Persona and one half of the What's Up PlayStation podcast crew. And welcome to episode 93 of the What's Up PlayStation podcast. We so happy you guys are here, man. I know we weren't here last week, where, Bari was, out being an adult. You understand? Out doing his thing, as he should, right? We all got to do that, right? So, it was definitely a much needed relaxation last week. It was cool to just wake up and sit on the couch and just game, right? It was cool, man. But, then you start missing a podcast, man. So, I definitely missed WUPS. So I'm so happy that we're back with episode 93. We getting close, man. 100 episodes is creeping up, guys. It's creeping up, right? So, we definitely gonna be doing some cool stuff with that, guys. But like I said, I am your host for this week, Persona, and we have a really, really good show this week, man, because we got to play catch up. We got to play catch up from last week's show, and we got the news for this week. And since it's the first podcast of the month, the members of the channel, you already know, we also have community topics this week, right? So for those who don't know, the first podcast of every month, we ask the community to give us some topics that you want us to talk about. And a couple of y'all gave us some really good stuff, man, that we definitely going to talk about towards the discussion portion of the show. So definitely stick around towards the end with that. But listen, guys, it's not just me. You understand? What's Up PlayStation Podcast is not a one-man show. That's when Persona speaks. You understand? That's my one-man show. Here on What's Up PlayStation Podcast, this is a two-man show, right? And I wouldn't want to do this podcast without my brother from another mother, the king of the Bronx, the best lisp on YouTube, Mr. Let Me Speak. My bro Bari in the building. Bari, what's good, bro? Talk to us.
Let me speak.
Let me speak.
Let me speak.
Let me speak. I need that as a soundbite, bro.
Yo, what is good, guys? What's up, PlayStation Nation? We are back episode 93 of What's Up PlayStation podcast. Man, it felt like it's been 2 months we've been going
No,
off.
it was only a week. It was only a week. It felt like 2 months. It was only a week.
Nah, man, like you know, when it just comes to certain days, it's just not like on your birthday, Persona. Do you go to work on your birthday?
No.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? Exactly. When it just
Absolutely
comes to
not.
certain things, it just, if I ain't gonna go to work for my birthday, you damn sure well I ain't doing no podcast on my birthday.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying?
Facts.
So
As you shouldn't. As you shouldn't. You understand? That is your day. That is a personal holiday for you, so you shouldn't.
yes, sir. Like, you know, sometimes people do streams and stuff like that, which is no problem or whatnot. But you know, I was traveling last weekend or last week, so it didn't really yeah, it was gonna be hard to do a podcast anyway. But nah, man, we back. We about to get caught up with y'all this week, and there's a lot of great PlayStation news that was happening throughout the week. So can't wait to talk about all the stuff in there. I see the beautiful people in the chat, man. The PlayStation Nation in the chat. It's always a pleasure seeing them. Always in the chat, and yeah, you know, back with my bro Persona, man, doing WUPS. It feels right. It feels good. It's a beautiful. It's a beautiful day in New York. It's Yardman Independence Day. You see it?
Sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? The jerk chicken, the jerk pork, the curry
sir.
good,
The oxtail.
everything on flex today, right?
The
I don't
oxtail
eat
is
pork,
good. Yes,
but you know what I mean? It's on flex today. You feel
Yes,
me?
sir.
So-
Yes, sir.
But nah, man, it's gonna be a great episode this weekend, man. So, you know, we appreciate you guys coming through. Hit the like button, share the stream out, and let the PlayStation Nation know we are live.
Yes, sir.
We in the building. So let's get it.
How was this week, man? Did you well, how was your week? 1, 2. Did you play Lotto? Did you buy any Lotto tickets for that Mega Billion, that 1 billion jackpot? I ain't gonna lie to you.
I didn't buy into it. I didn't. Yo, I haven't done that in like years.
I haven't either.
No, I usually do that like a work thing, but
yeah.
I haven't. I didn't do it for the Lotto joint. But now this week went pretty fast though, man. To be honest with you, I was like, damn. You know what I mean? Because what sucked about this week is that, yeah, last week I, you know, like took the week off. Not the week off, but pretty much like Tuesday to Friday, and you know, Monday and Tuesday I was off. But it was closing, and you know, closing is a very important time. You know, if you're an accountant, you know what I mean, during the end of the month or the beginning of the month, you know, people want to know how the month did, or you know, certain money gotta be allocated properly for, you know, everybody.
Yeah.
So I wasn't there, so you know, I was trusting it between, you know, other people, and you know, just coming back to work, I had to fix up a whole bunch of stuff. So it was kind of a busy week, even though it wasn't a full week for me. It was still a busy week, yo. Coming back that Wednesday, ooh.
Of course.
I don't think you heard from me on Wednesday. I'm not even sure because that day was crazy.
Oh no, I get it.
But nah, man, it was no. I think you did hear from me on Wednesday. I was still like communicating with people, but work-wise, it was crazy. But it felt like it went fast though, regardless. And then this weekend we got Evo, so I'm super happy for that, man. You know what I mean? To get to watch all these fighting game tournaments and all that stuff. So I mean, it's been pretty good. Been pretty solid week, man. Can't complain really. How about you, man?
This week has been a really like work-wise a really busy week for me as well, because we've got like this new ITSM tool that we're implementing into our environment, and it's supposed to help with like building out new APIs and workflows and things like that. So having to learn that and cause I'm learning Python, you know, I'm learning coding in Python and stuff like that. So a lot of that involves Python. So I've been like really entrenched in that this week of like, you know, doing a lot of coding and reading my Python book and doing some side Python projects to, you know, beef up my skills and all this other stuff, and then trying to learn this new product that's being implemented into the environment. So it's been my head's been really down with a lot of that this week as well. Then, you know, taking a break from Twitter for a couple weeks. It feels good, man. You know, it was kind of tough start of the week, but you know, towards the end, like Thursday, it's normal now. It's regular, because you know, I found other things that serve my I found other things that serve my purpose, that really like intrigues me and really it's much more constructive. So you know, like I'm reading more and all that stuff. So it's really good, man. But you know, I bought a couple lottery tickets too, Bari. You understand? I
that's
bought
what they
about.
want you to do, man.
I know. Listen, I fell into the trap, man. But listen, I saw that 1.4 billion. I said, hey, man. And then after taxes, that's about 750 million. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
So you know, I was thinking like, damn, if I won 750 million, yo, I'm definitely gonna break my boys off. You understand? I'm gonna make sure my fam is good. You understand? You know, Bari, I throw you a couple. You know, I throw you a couple M's. You my boy.
Just throw me $2, man. That's all I need,
got you
man.
$2.
No, you said M's? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Listen, man, you my boy. You my brother. You my brother. You part of the fam. You feel me? So I throw you a few M's. You know, but Bari, man, I got like 2-3 M's for you, brother. He's like, all right, I got you. You understand?
Yes, sir,
I got
man.
you, brother.
I ain't even gonna complain about that because I was just thinking about $5, but you said 2 M's.
I got
Okay,
you.
I'll take that.
I got you, right? And then, you know, I'm going to PlayStation, be like, hey, yo, PlayStation, take this 100 mil and go grab you know, I'm putting this towards Square Enix.
you acquiring some studios.
Absolutely. I'm about to acquire studios for real quick. You understand? Let's get Ember Labs, because they about 40 million, 50. Go ahead and grab them real quick. Slow clap, probably like 50. Go and grab them. Here's another 50 towards that Square Enix acquisition. You feel me? Yeah, I got to do the business moves. No, I'm joking. But yeah, you know. But yo, it's been a pretty cool week, man. It's been a pretty cool week. So, you know, I'm glad to be here, man, guys. We got a lot of things to talk about. But before we do anything, you know, I want to shout out the members of the channel, the WUPS Nation, right?
Let's
you guys,
go.
You know, you went the extra mile. You decided to, you know, become members of the channel, which me and Bari definitely appreciate. You got the cool emotes, you know, part of the giveaways and doing everything. So,
Absolutely.
you know, we really do appreciate you guys, man. So, here are the members of the WUPS Nation. And remember, guys, if you do want to be a member on the channel, that link is in the description. It's not mandatory, but it's always appreciated. We appreciate y'all. So, all right, here we go. WUPS Nation. We got Stealth Guy Gaming, appreciate you. Notecat Podcast, Philip Sin 22, Reaper, DeJuan Thompson, JeffBGaming, Carl Anchor, Juan Sosa Gaming, Kyle Ward 789, Trap, Andy, Rob Gaming TV, Requiem of Demons, Magnificent Black, How Weird Gaming, It's Me Baby 80, D2 Des, Light Gamer, DC Gaming, Ice Queen Gaming, John Donuts, Tarana Duffy, Tactical Gamer, Alfonso Carter, AC, Steady Flow, Stir Crazy, Stardust Acero, Gian Nadon, J Gamer UK, Cyber Dragon, Unikronn, Fresh 2180, Strictly Gaming, Vipers Reaps Corner, J Wright, Blue Mustang 357, Damien, Henry Heck, Chi-Town Gamer, King Queso, Bird, J Bari, Upchuck Gaming, Upchuck Gaming, The Wreck, Navigator 3221, Narico in the building. Gaming with Persona, that's me.
Whoa! You said your name. You gotta put a little enthusiasm in your name, brother. You can't be reading your own name and be like gaming.
I got you.
You know what I mean?
I got you. Gaming with Persona, that's your boy. You already know. Dreology 619, and last but not least, Mr. Go Try Hard Guy Uchiha. Round of applause for the WUPS Nation.
Y'all heard him in the chat, guys. He was like, "Gaming with Persona."
And then a round of applause for everybody in the chat. You know, we appreciate everybody that comes through and listens to us every week. So round of applause to everybody in the chat. Gaming with Persona. Yo, Bari, you a funny guy. All right, man.
How you gonna read your own name like that?
Hey, man, I know I messed up.
If I'm reading out the members, which Persona normally does anyway, so I'm a fallback. But if I read my name, brother, that shit, I'm hyping my shit up. I'm like, yo, this dude, the best name on you.
He gonna be like J. He gonna be like J to the Bari. Hey,
yes,
what's that rapper used to do? Check
you
my
don't
record.
Really want it with J. Check my record. I'm making my record, man, because you feel my message. Hey. Yo, speaking of raps, yo, I woke up. Yo, matter of fact, it was yesterday.
Yo,
I think. But,
shout out to the J Bari
Judah
rap.
and Guapzilla. Yo, they made like a Xbox diss song. Not to speak on Xbox today, but it was such a funny and dope song. Yo, it was mad cool and creative. So
Really?
I like when I see stuff like that in the community because yeah, it's cool. It's creative. You're keeping it gaming. You're not dissing nobody or whatnot. And it's just fun, you know what I mean? So
Oh, man,
shout out to those two
fun,
guys that's do with that song.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Shout out to them. I definitely want to hear that. Real talk.
Yeah, I'm gonna screen record it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna screen record it.
Send that. But yo, real quick, man. Shout out to the members. Bari, appreciate you, man. 4 months as a member on the channel. He says, "What's up, PlayStation Nation?" Appreciate you,
Yes,
Bari.
sir.
And then Viper Reef's Corner, man. Appreciate you, man. 4 months as a member on the channel. Another day one in the building. He says, "Oh yeah, it's game and go time." Absolutely, Viper. And then Jay Wright, appreciate you, man. 4 months as a member on the channel. He ain't say nothing. He just wanted to let y'all know that he one of the day ones with the WUPS Nation. Shout out to you, Jay Wright. We appreciate you.
Sure.
And then last but not least, King Kiso, man. Appreciate you. 4 months, another day one. 4 months as a member on the channel.
Kiso.
He says, even in Jamaica, this still the best PlayStation podcast on YouTube. That's what's up, man.
Yo,
That's what's up.
Kiso in Jamaica in a good time, man. Independence, yo, you might see mad festivals and there's mad carts that's pulling up with food, man. You're gonna be good over there.
And mad beautiful women as well. As well.
Hey, PlayStation Nation, we got you for 3 hours. Playtime is over.
Bonesaw is ready.
Yo, yeah, Bonesaw is ready.
Yo, I love that
Freak
scene.
Show. I got
late
you for
time.
3 minutes.
It sound like he can't. It sound like he can't breathe and talk at the same time.
Hell, fact.
It was so funny when he see that.
I love the hell out of that scene,
Yo,
bro. That shit
facts.
crazy.
Yo, facts. But yo, y'all know how we do things here, man. Let's get into the routine. Starting with the games released this week, guys. We finally in the month of August, right? And yo, man, this summer went by quick. But yo, for this week, man, the games we got is Jump for PS5, PS4, easy plat. That's the easy. That's the easy plat.
Sexual.
It's the easy plat. We got Frogun for the PS5, PS4. We got Gun Barich for the PS4. We got Gunbird 2 for the PS4. We got
a lot of guns.
Yeah,
This week.
that's a lot. South of the Circle for the PS5, PS4. Tengai for the PS4. The Tennis T for PS5, PS4.
Okay, you need
Arcade Archives Dig Dug for
Dig
PS4.
Dug. Oh,
Yeah, I like Dig Dug.
Squad, where you at?
Yeah,
man?
I like Dig Dug. Gale of Windoria for the PS5, PS4.
Nice.
Gigapocalypse for the PS5, PS4. Sword and Fairy Together Forever. Hint, hint. Spotlight. For the PS5, PS4. The Jumping Nuggets, easy plat,
Yes,
for
sir.
the PS4. This is also Jumping Nuggets is also for the PS5. So you have to buy the games separate, but they're only $1.50. And there's a PS5 and PS4 version, and both trophy lists are separate. So you can get you get the platinum in like 2 minutes,
man. Those easy trophies and
it's a
easy
market.
platinums.
Absolutely.
These developers are putting out these games like clockwork because they know people are buying them. It sells. And why would you do it cross buy, right? If you know people are going to buy the PS4 and PS5 for $3.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like, and the thing is, if you get like 300, you know, because don't underestimate how big the trophy market is. People trying to build their list and stuff like that. We're talking like in the millions. So I definitely think they're seeing some really good returns because these games take nothing to make. Like they're extremely
Nothing
easy
to make.
Yeah,
You're
they're
barely
easy.
pressing a button.
Yeah, it's very easy. It's really just an asset swap, especially with these jumping food games. They just switch in the assets and that's it. So, it's they're making some really good money there. Thunderbolt collection for the PS4, Abyss for the PS5, After Wave Downfall for the PS5, PS4, Crazy Chicken Jump and Run Traps and Treasures. What a name for the PS5, PS4.
I need you to drop me a review, Persona.
All right, let
You
me
got
go.
3 days.
I could give you a review right now because you just got to watch some gameplay, and that's what gamers do in 2020. So,
Okay, you're right.
Giga Bash for the PS5, PS4. Gun Ducky Industries Plus for the PS5.
Whoa, a lot of guns this week, man.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried. I'm a bit worried by the amount of guns we keep
every
seeing.
game got a gun in it. There's a lot of G games this week.
Yeah.
I noticed that, a lot of G's.
Highway driving for the PS4. My girlfriend is a mermaid refined for the PS4. One Last Memory reimagined for the PS4, and last but not least, Roll the Cat.
Yo, you know what's funny? Like, seen a game called Highway Driving. Do you remember the first time you ever drove on like a highway? Like how scared were you, or how nervous you were, or you was just like, I know what I got to do.
You talking about in real life?
Yeah, like real life.
Oh yeah. I mean, shit, man. This was like 11 years ago when I was when I had my permit and I was trying to get my license. I remember my driving instructor. She was cool as hell though. We was in this goddamn Toyota Camry. You know what? I went to Ferrari driving school. That's why no bullshit. That's why I got my lessons. And
Ferrari?
Yeah, Ferrari driving school. Yeah.
Oh shit.
And so she like, I paid her a little extra because it was like one of those group sessions where everybody gets an hour of driving. And I was like, yo, I need more than that, shorty. Like, yo, I'll throw you an extra like 150 on the side and we could do a nighttime lesson. She was like, yeah, let's do it. So that night she came and picked me up, and I got in the driver's seat, and she was like, take me to Long Island. I said, what? She was like, take me to Long Island. I was like, all right, the scenic route? She was like, no, go on and take that southern state. Yeah, I was like, yo, take that southern state. We're going to the highway. I was like, all right. And we got on the highway. I was nervous as hell, bro, because especially, in New York, a lot of the on and off ramps are so close to each other. So it's like, I was like, getting on the highway in New York is very scary because you got a lot of people going super fast. That's also changing lanes into that same lane to get to the off ramp as well. So like, I was so nervous to kind of like creep in. And in New York, you kind of got to be aggressive, a bit of an aggressive driver, because you kind of just got to cut in front of people. Not like to cause an accident, but you kind of got to make the spot for you. If you see somebody that passes you and you see enough room where you can get at least like three-quarter, like, at least half your car in, you kind of got to do that and just like merge in. That's how it works. Yep. So I was nervous, man. I was going like 5-10 miles under the speed limit at first, and then I was pressing the gas too hard and went like 80. It was especially when you get to like the Long Island highway where it's more lanes, there's more space. It feel like you on a goddamn NASCAR racetrack. You feel me? So like, I'm like really pushing the gas. So like, it was crazy. It was a very scary experience.
The first time I ever got into the highway is my brother, my oldest brother. My oldest brother is very aggressive, yo, and he was a driving instructor at the time. That was the job that he was doing while he was like doing some other stuff or whatnot. And the car that he had was like, I forgot the name of the car, but I don't know if you remember this car. It's a Dodge. It's like a Dodge 2-door coupe car. I just forgot the name of it.
A Challenger?
Huh?
A Challenger?
Nah, it's not a Challenger. It wasn't a Challenger. This is like before the Challenger. I don't know if it was before the Challenger, but it was like a Dodge 2-door coupe car or something like that. And he had it low ride, big ass muffler, and it was stick shift. And he was like, yo, you going to the highway today? I was like, what? Hey, yo, imagine me first time on the highway, stick shift, and I had this Jamaican dude screaming at me, what are you doing? Turn over here. Go in this lane. What is that?
Screaming out the lane. Watch out for the people.
I came home, bro. No lie, you will see my shirt. You would think I went into the pool or something. That joke was just hella wet, yo. I was like, yo. But yo, really, truly, I learned so much from those screaming and stuff, because like ever since then, every time I go on the highway, it's like all good. I remember when I was getting my license, they was like, oh shit, like everything you got to do.
What's so funny though about like the license, getting my license? I remember when I was waiting to take the test, and I was telling my instructor like, yo, because I used her car. I was like, yo, I'm nervous as hell. She's like, yo, trust me, you good. I'm like, I just don't want to mess up, because one of the things that I was practicing a lot too was parallel parking, because I was good. Mm-hmm. I was good at parallel parking, but what I would do sometimes is turn inward into into the spot a little too much, and the back wheel would hit the sidewalk. And she was like, "Yo, if you do that, you're gonna fail." So like we practiced that a lot.
The curb, you
yeah, you fail. So I practiced that shit so much with her to make sure. And I was still nervous because I'm like, I was really in my head like, yo, nah, I can't mess up. I can't mess up. So I remember it was my turn, and the DMV people or whatever got in the car. He's like, "You ready?" I was like, "Yeah." I checked the mirrors. I told her, "Put on your seatbelt." I put on my seatbelt. I checked everything. I was like, "All right, here we go." Hey, yo, I passed that shit with flying colors. No demerits, no nothing. I was like, yo. And then when I came back, she gave me like, yo, you did one of the best out of anybody today. And you said you were nervous? I'm like, nah. Yeah, I was nervous. And
hell yeah, it was nervous.
I was nervous as fuck, but I passed everything.
It don't matter how good you are that first test that you driving, like, it's just gonna be nervous as hell.
I was nervous.
Some people fail their first test, so
I passed the first time. And it was on point, bro. Perfect. I was like, yo, what?
My first
and my driver, so she's like, I told you you was gonna knock this shit out the park. I was like, yo, listen, man, I was super nervous. But it was cool though. It was cool, man.
I always say this, man, and this is biasness, of course. If you learn how to drive in New York,
you drive anywhere.
You can drive anywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can drive anywhere. Like one of my the routes that I learned to drive was Fordham Road. If anybody know Fordham Road in the Bronx,
all the
and how
hills
hectic that is, and your first time learning how to drive and something like that, ooh wee.
Yeah. I agree.
Pure craziness.
I agree, man. But all right, man. Yo, real quick, let's get these super dupers. Jillian Johnson, man, appreciate you for the super chat. It says appreciate y'all for real. Julian, we appreciate you too, man.
Hey, Julian, appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you. Jet Life 504, man, appreciate you for the super chat. And they say, yo, how do you guys feel about Switch emulation? I don't think that's something. It's what's up PlayStation, not what's up Switch. But I really don't care either way. So, but yeah.
I honestly, if it's not like a older generation or old console like a Super Nintendo or NES or Sega Genesis, I don't believe in any emulation. You know what I mean? Like the Switches, that's their current, generation. Console that Nintendo's doing. I don't feel like anybody should emulate their games or steal their games. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Because that's what it comes down to at the end of the day.
Yep. I agree.
You know what I mean?
Steady Flow, man, appreciate you. 3 months as a member on the channel. He says, what's up? I want to give a shout out to you guys representing the PlayStation proudly. Shout out to the people in the chat. Hit the like button. Appreciate you, Steady Flow. Shout out to you, bro. And then last but not least, man, shout out to slow mo back slap.
Slow mo back slap, man. Back slap.
Back slap. I sound like I got a goddamn list. Slow mo back slap, right?
Yeah, that 5 times.
But shout out to Slow Mo, man. He says the CW level dialogue plus god awful dialogue plus Unreal Engine 3 equals the 3 minutes of Gotham Knights clip they posted on Twitter. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, that Nightwing and Batgirl.
Yeah, we're gonna
hey,
talk.
One thing I will say for sure, the dialogue.
Yeah,
I'm not really in tune with the dialogue like that. I think the dialogue is that scene was just bad. I think the animations need work. These characters are mad stiff. The facial animations are mad stiff.
The dialogue
that game definitely need work.
Like
I'm super excited for it though. But that game, I'll be lying to y'all if I was like, yo, I'm super impressed by what I'm seeing. With that game, because I'm not.
I agree.
But
like
I just want to play it. I want to get into that world. You know what I mean, and play it. Like the story and all that stuff, it seems like it's gonna be all right. But if they keep showing these scenes, I'll be pressing X like mad fast, bro. I'll be keeping a buck. I want to hear Persona. Hey yo, it's not Batgirl more. It's Dick Grayson.
Nah, Batgirl too, man. Because like even watching
rough, bro. It looked like a. I ain't even gonna disrespect. Let me just shut up, yo.
Watching the 16 minutes of gameplay when I did my reaction, I was saying that Batgirl, she seems too happy in this type of situation. Like like it was that one scene. She's walking to the door. She goes, "Great," and I'm just like, what? Like, why are you saying this here? Then like, there's other scenes where like she's
Of
talking.
course she gonna
where-
be happy, brother. They said, yo, you're not paralyzed no more.
That's
You know,
and
even
that's
though
what
they
I
did
said
that
in my
comics
react.
anyway,
That's
but-
what I said in my reaction. But like, I don't know. I just feel like certain scenes or certain situations that you in, it just doesn't seem. It just comes off a little. It comes off a little off. Where she's a little too. The tone of the voice is just a little too upbeat for me in certain situations where she's kind of just happy, like, yeah, great. Oh boy, I'm about to investigate the Professor Lang's dead body crime scene. Yay, let's have fun. Like
Let's go, guys. Bruce
yeah,
ain't
let's
here.
go,
Let's
guys.
go.
Yo, that's what I'm saying. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it when we get to that because we are gonna go in depth with the gameplay and really give our thoughts, man. But the certain things definitely are a bit rough, man.
They need to take out all those, I guess, personal scenes that they're doing in there. Take all that bullshit out. You know what I mean? Put all the dialogue while we actually out in Gotham world and have all them shits in there.
Yeah.
Not them. Let me go back to this. What they call it? They base. I forgot what they call their base. I know it's a specific name, but
the Belfry.
Yeah, the Belfry. Yeah, not that shit. Take that out.
Yeah.
Respectfully.
Yeah. But I will say this, man. Batgirl got them buns. All right, let's move on. Shout out to y'all, man. Cyber Dragon, appreciate you 4 months as a member on the channel. He says, shout out to the chat, mods, and the What's Up PlayStation podcast. Best show on Saturday. I miss my Saturday morning cartoons and a bowl of cereal. Yeah, man, those were the days, man. And then PS Rewind, appreciate you for super chat. He says, good morning, gamers. Have a blessed day, man. Good morning to you too, PS Rewind.
I appreciate it. Yo, PS Rewind, that's a dope profile pic too. You got the PlayStation symbols and the glasses.
And the glasses, yeah, that's pretty dope.
That's fire.
But all right, man, listen, we are in the, not the top, excuse me. We are in the spotlight portion of the show. You understand? And in the spotlight, for those who are new, the spotlight is a portion of the show where me and Bari give you a game or games if we decide to break the rules. Games that we think that y'all should check out, right? It could be new games, it could be old games, it could be games from your childhood, it could be games that haven't released yet. The purpose of the spotlight is just to spotlight games that we think you, the community, should check out. So Bari, starting with you, man, what is your spotlight game of the week, and are you gonna break the rules?
Yes, sir, man. Spotlight game for this week. I've been waiting to spotlight this game for like 2 weeks now. You know what I mean? Where the game is called Lost Epic. Loving the hell out of this game. It's a 2D side-scrolling action RPG, fully voiced in Japanese, by the way. Which it does have voice acting in the game. Is you play as this knight, where your objective is to slay like these gods in the game, and from there you build up whatever story, you build up your character. The game has a lot of elements that other games have been doing. Like it has its soul elements where you have your stamina bar, you have your things where you can create your own little classes here and there. Even certain weapons. Like I saw there's a weapon they had like a flame Fauci. You know what I mean? Where like in the Souls games they always have like that Fauci curved blade or whatnot. And man, the game is hella fun, man. Action wise, very, very dope. Combo wise, it's very reminiscent how it looks like. It looks kind of like Odin Spear, where you have that cartoon look, but the battle system is very similar to Odin Spear as well. But one thing is cool about this game, you have these divine moves, like the special moves in the game, and you can use that to counter. So whenever you see like a yellow exclamation point from like a boss or enemy, you hit whatever divine counter to counter that move, and it leaves them in like a kind of leaves them like in a crumpled state, or like a crumpled state where you can just combo and do extra damage and all that stuff. But it gets harder as you progress in the game because certain divine moves don't counter certain moves that the enemies are doing. So if you're used to just doing one divine counter move to counter stuff, other enemies will start doing other things, and it's just like, oh, okay, I see what you're doing. Then you find that divine move to counter that move. The bosses definitely offer a challenge as well. These huge bosses in this game, and they be doing some crazy stuff, man. So it's pretty much like a 2D Souls, Odin Spear has always been 2D side scrolling. Like Odin Spear is Metrovania like as well. So it does have that level of exploration where you get rewarded as you explore, and there's certain things that your path might be blocked, but if you do certain things or defeat a certain boss or enemy, you would get like an ability and move on, so you can get to that path that was blocking, or you couldn't progress through it. There, you can progress now because you got that skill. And speaking of skills, this game offers a lot. It offers a lot because there are 20 pages. Yes, 20 pages of skill trees in this game. 20 pages. And you all get those things unlocked by doing certain things in the game, defeating certain bosses. And yo, man, the game is a lot of fun, man. It is a lot of fun. I find it hard for me to put it down because I'm playing that and Xenoblade Chronicles and all that stuff, and I was like, yo, I got to get back to Lost Spirit, man. I got to get back to that. I mean, Lost Epic. But yeah, I think a lot of people enjoy it. Also, the game it has a multiplayer component to it. So if you're requesting help or you need help for a certain part of the game, you can do so. It's up to like 3 players online that can play the game with you. And yeah, I guarantee you, most people that play this game, you're gonna have a lot of fun with it. It's gonna be challenging, but it's gonna be a lot of fun, man. And yeah, I can't wait. Right now, I'm like at the 5th boss. But I just stopped it right there, saved it, you know what I mean? And then we're going to try to defeat this boss today or this weekend or whatnot. But I think a lot of people will be enjoying this game, man, for real. So yeah, that is Lost Epic. Amazing game. It's like $25 or $30, and I think the deluxe edition that comes with like the art book and the soundtrack, that is like $35, man. And it's well worth it too, because you're gonna be playing this game for a minute. The other game that I want to highlight, Persona, I know I was long-winded with that one.
Oh, you good?
It's obviously
we missed a week, so it's gonna be a long show, guys. We missed a week, so trust me.
It's gonna be a long. It's gonna be a pretty long one, man. It's Dragon Ball Breakers.
No, you did not, Bari. Oh no, you no, you did not. No, you did not. No, you did not.
It shouldn't cost $70.
I just want to have fun with my friends. Absolutely not. Absolutely not, Bari. Absolutely not.
It looks like it looks like DLC. It looks like DLC.
Absolutely not, J Bari. No, you did not just spot.
You
no,
mean,
you
man?
did not just spotlight. No, I won't allow that, Bari. I'm not gonna allow
What
that
you
on this
mean,
show
bruh?
today.
I
No,
can't
you
speak
did.
my mind.
No, you did not just
Let me
spotlight Dragon Ball Z. Go ahead. All right, go ahead. Let me not interrupt.
me
Go ahead.
speak.
I want to hear this. I want to hear this. Go ahead.
The
Go
next
ahead.
game I'm highlighting is SD Gundam.
Oh, all right.
Battle
All right.
Alliance, yo. I'm a huge Gundam fan, and SD Gundam is pretty much like a action RPG game with all the SD Gundam likeness and stuff like that. So you're going to get that Japanese dialogue. You're going to get all that dialogue in the background as you in these Gundams piloting it. But the action is pretty cool, man. The demo is out. If you guys want to try the demo out, you can play the demo for the game and get used to the combat and whatnot. And to me, I like it. I like it, man. This is a SD Gundam game I kind of been waiting for a minute. You know what I mean? Like a Gundam game like this, I kind of been waiting for. Sometimes these Gundam games, they be thinking too hard or they be going out left field way too much. Just create a simple, like RPG game like this, and I'll be happy with that, man.
Is this this Gundam game? That's the chibi style one, right? That you're talking about?
Yeah, the chibi one. Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, the demo is out. You can play the demo right now if you like the game or not. But yeah, this comes out August 25th, and I can't wait. I can't wait to get into it fully. Yeah, I mean, August is gonna be crazy month.
Yes,
the last
sir.
game I'm going to highlight is obviously a game that is coming to PlayStation. I think on the 16th. It's
You stole my
Every time I've been seeing that game, it just keeps looking better and better
Yes,
and better.
sir.
The
Yes,
first time we
sir.
saw it, I was a little bit hesitant. I was like, okay, I like the guns, I like the flips and all that, but is that what we're gonna be doing? We're gonna be doing more? And then PlayStation been highlighting it, showing it at the underground. They've been showing gameplay on Twitter and all that stuff, and it just keeps on looking bad. I think they had like a breakdown video as well that you guys can check out on YouTube.
Yeah,
It just keeps
they
looking
also
better
came
and
out
better
with
and
a
better and better, man. I'm just like, yeah, I'm with this, man. I'm with this kind of game right now. You know what I mean? Something that's rolling around, do some flips and tricks, and just looking stylish as as I mow these people down in this dome.
They also came out the sound designer. They also did like an expose with the sound designer. He talked about like his process of putting the different types of music and sound and stuff like that into the game. The composer, I think it was, that came out.
Yeah, like imagine if this game was like a competitive like 4v4 or 5v5 type game. Yo, that junk would be lit.
You know what I love too about PlayStation, what they're doing with these indies. I love that they're really giving like really good spotlights to these indies. Like they're really speaking about like going in depth and things like that, because they did it with Seafood, they did it with Kana, and I love that they're doing this with Rollerdrome. I hope they do it with Little Devil Inside as well, which I'm sure they will, and then all the other smaller indies and whatnot that's coming out. They've been giving a lot of good spotlights to the games, man, which is great.
Yo, you know what game we should highlight too, man, because this is, I pretty much you would call this like a remake as well. It's Tactics Org, man. That game is coming back out, and it's coming back out like this year.
Yeah, November 11th.
You know what I mean?
Listen,
the classic, like PlayStation game.
Listen, it's coming out at a bad time though, Bari. I mean, Tactics Older is coming out at an extremely bad time because it's coming out 2 days after God of War. Listen, man, Square, I love you, baby, but absolutely not. It'll get picked up, but it's going straight to the backlog until I'm done. Until God of War is 100% platinum. You understand?
Didn't they release this on PSP? I remember this on PSP as well, man.
I thought it was.
I remember PS1. I remember. I think it came out again on PSP. I'm not too sure though. But yo, real talk, the remake looked good though. Like,
yeah, it looks good.
It'll be one thing. It's like, okay, it's coming out by God of War, but yo, when I look at it, I'm like, okay, the visuals is upped.
Yeah.
They upped the visuals like crazy.
It looks really good. Even like the move sets, like it looks very colorful, very vibrant. They did a good job. They did a really good job. But that's all your spotlights. Hey man, listen, boy, we weren't here for 2 weeks, guys. For a week, so it's gonna be a lot of spotlighting that we doing. You feel me? But all right, cool. So for me, my spotlight games for this week, I am breaking the rules, guys. We breaking the rules. But y'all know I said this like 3 weeks ago or like a month ago now. I'm going to be spotlighting this game every day until it releases. And I might even spotlight it that following Saturday after it releases, because you already know. But God of War Ragnarok, absolutely. God of War Ragnarok, man, that is definitely my spotlight, man. This game comes out November 9th, 2022. Can't wait to play as Kratos and Atreus and go through their story and see the conclusion of this amazing game. Got that Jotnar edition. I'm super excited. I can't wait to pick it up. Y'all already know, man. I'm all, once God of War comes out, I'm all over that shit. Day one, it's getting platinumed, and then it's getting played some more even after that. I'm putting up super dope combo videos, everything, man. I can't wait. So God of War Ragnarok is the first game. The second game is a brand new game that came out this week, actually. It's called Sword and Fairy Together Forever. That's the English version of this name. The Chinese version of this name is actually The Legend of Sword and Fairy 7, right? And this is a really, really, really cool game, man. Like, what really caught my attention, I remember a couple months back, PlayStation had put out a trailer for this, and I saw it. I saw the gameplay. I saw the world and everything. It really grabbed my attention. So I had decided, like, yo, I'm gonna pick this game up, and I'm definitely gonna put some time into it. So the game released on August 4th, which was Thursday. And yo, man, I'm gonna be honest, man, this game is really, really dope, right? So one of the things I will put preference is that there is a lot of talking, because the dialogue and everything is in Chinese, so you're gonna have to read everything, right? And for the JRPG fans out there, for the people that play a lot of JRPGs or RPGs in general, I don't think you'll really have a problem with that, because I do think, because even though there's a lot of reading, there also is a lot of combat and things like that as well. I don't think it's just all this reading, or all this, too much talking and not enough combat. But I do think the first couple of hours of the game, it's set up, right? Because you're only playing as one character or one or two characters, but it's setting up the entire story, right? So just a quick synopsis. I won't go too deep for those that might want to pick up the game and play it. But with Sword and Fairy Together Forever, the story is basically You start off as a deity by the name of Zuwu, right? And you're in you're in the demon realm and you're trying to escape. You escape by the skin of your teeth, but you lose your sword, which is called the Chungzi sword, which is supposed to be like this all-powerful sword that can go through realms. Like it can open up different realms from like the demon world to the human world, and from the human world to the deity world, all this other stuff, right? And so the sword falls into the demon's hands. The demon the exact demon, her name is Kiyu, not Caillou. This ain't PBS. Kiyu, and their motive is that they
Caillou.
Growing up is not so tough. When I had Caillou was the shit back in the day.
Caillou rude as fuck though.
Listen, Caillou could have been my child. You understand? Because Caillou, listen, man, he just couldn't have been my child. But when it comes to so what they're trying to do is they're trying to kill the deity lord. His name is Lord Aozu, and he's taken over the body of a child, which is deemed the chosen one, right? Kind of like some Golden Child type stuff. If for those who've never seen that movie with Golden Child with Eddie Murphy, it's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, why? And so the premise is that you have to, in order to get the Chuzu sword back or be powerful enough to stop her from coming back to the Earth realm to take over and take over the world, you have to go Zuyu and Yu Kwang Shu. That's kind of like the main character, I would say, the main two characters. You have to go around and collect all of the spirit demons of the world so that you can become powerful enough to stop them from, bringing demons and whatnot to the Earth realm. And I'll stop right there. I won't go too much deeper because there's much more to it. There's much more to that. But the four characters that you get is Zuwu, who's the deity, Yu Kwang Shu, she is more of like a healer, DPS type of player. And she's got like this cool little owl that can transform into this big ass bird called Quang Ling that fights with you as well. Then you also got Bai Mong Qing. She is she has like these cards. She uses like these. She's like Gambit. She's like Gambit. Like that's the best way I can explain. She's like Gambit. So if you know Gambit from X-Men, that's how she is. That's how she fights. She uses her cards to fight. And then the last one is Sang Yo, and I just got him as a playable character, so I haven't really delved too deep into how he fights and whatnot, but he strikes me as more of like a thief type of fighter. He can go invisible and he uses like a daggers and whatnot to fight. But the game is dope. I am enjoying the game. One other thing is that the combat can be a little stiff at times, right? At least like trying to go into like different combos, because you actually have to finish a move before you can go into the next move. So you can't really mash or clip moves into like a super or one of your special abilities and stuff like that.
Oh,
but
gamers don't like that.
Yeah. It's you got to finish.
They don't say it's broken.
Yeah, real talk. It took some time to get used to, because you play something like Tales of Arise or something like that. It's very snappy and it just flows. And in Sword and Fairy, you kind of have to finish the frame before you can go into the next fighting frame, which threw me off at first. So. And even going into the super, you have to still finish a combo frame before you can even go into like your special abilities and stuff like that. But it's cool though. Like once you get used to it, you start to be able to flow at the speed they want you to go to. The RPG elements I think are really good as well. You got your equipment and all that stuff where you can power up your swords and your moves and all this other stuff, man. It's a cool game. I really do like it. It's only $40 if you want to pick it up. And it's for PS5 as well. I think the game does look beautiful. It's at 60 frames. The world is very colorful, very vibrant, very beautiful looking worlds so far. And granted, I've only gotten to the two areas, but from what I've seen so far, it looks really good. And yeah, so Sword and Fairy, that's my other spotlight for this week. The last spotlight, I'll be short with this one just because it's been out for quite a while, but Anno Mutatium, I've been playing that as well. It's certain indies that I definitely wanted to get through in platinum and whatnot. So Anno Mutatium is up next on the list. So I've been playing that as well. Very good, like cyberpunk dystopian type of world. And it's cool, man. Shorty, she got some really good abilities, really good moves. Very, very snappy. It's very snappy combat. It's very good combat, right? And this is also made by I forgot the Chinese developers that made this game, but this game is a part of the whole China Hero project initiative that PlayStation is heading. And this is one of those games that spawned from that initiative from the Chinese developers. So they made a good game. It's got English voice acting, so if you want to just, you don't have to be worrying about reading too much if you're not into that. But it's a cool indie, man. It's I'm really intrigued
Worry
by the
about
story
reading
so
too
far.
much. Gaming in 2022 where gamers don't want to read.
That's a fact. That's a fact. But it's a great game. It's a great game. I think it's only about $20. It's not that expensive, but I'm enjoying it so far. I'm enjoying the combat and all that stuff. And those are my spotlight games for the week, man. Those 3 games. So check them out. Check them out. But yo, real quick, we got like a lot of super chats and stuff.
Yo, we appreciate all the new members too, man. Y'all hitting that membership button like.
Yes, sir. We appreciate y'all. So Damien, man, appreciate you. 4 months as a member on the channel. One of the day ones. He says, "Good morning, Bari and Persona. Doing the husband father thing this morning. Everybody hit the like button. Appreciate you, Damien. And shout out to you, man. We appreciate you pulling up, rocking out with us. Mystical Tryhard got a cheer. Appreciate you, man. 4 months, day one. Another day one WUPS Nation member on the channel. He says, "What's good? Hope everybody is having a great morning." What's good with you, Ochia, man? We appreciate you. Hoping you having an even better morning. You feel me? And then Julian Johnson, man, appreciate you again for the super chat. He says, "Blaming Bari for me jumping into Final Fantasy 7." I mean,
Absolutely, man. Shout out to Julian, man.
Final Fantasy Fire, though.
Amazing game, man. Listen, that's the game of the generation, y'all. Y'all think I'm joking when I say that. That is the game of the generation. Last generation and this generation. Hands down. PlayStation Nation gonna get upset with me. They're gonna be like, no. Final Fantasy 7 remake, integrate. But nah, man. One thing I'll say, I love seeing people get into, Final Fantasy 7. And I mean, Final Fantasy 7 is my favorite game of all time. So, seeing people get into it, appreciate it, like it, is always a good feeling. It's always a good, something to see. So that means that the game also resonates with other people other than myself. You know what I mean? So much shout out to y'all, man, that's trying out Final Fantasy 7, and hope you guys like it. Enjoy it, for real.
Yo, that rebirth gonna be crazy. That reunion definitely highly anticipated for me for next year. So for sure. Bird, man, appreciate you, man. 4 months as a member on the channel. Another day one. He says, shout out to Bari Persona for keeping it about gaming again. And shout out to Sony for building up my backlog in 2022. Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Bird, man.
We just
shout out to Bird, man.
Bird, man. Bird, man. Shout out to Bird. Listen, man, we're just glad that, we have a podcast that the community can be proud of, this is a podcast for the community, by the community. And we all about gaming over here, man. You already know. Shout out to y'all, man. We appreciate y'all. And then Unikronn, appreciate you. 4 months as a member on the channel. Day one. He says, have a great show, fellas. Can't listen live because I'm at a birthday cookout. There's hard Ghana food here. Bari, I've got you a plate. Sona, next time.
Lit.
Got you, man. Appreciate you, man. Shout out to you,
Yo,
Unikronn.
listen, yesterday, the family popped up on me. Yo,
I know mom's cooked a meal.
Yo, my refrigerator is packed. Yo, I was eating good, bro, yesterday. You know what I mean? I was to do open lobby yesterday, but yo, my aunts, everybody came was like, "No, yo, we coming through."
No, reunion, Upper Room Reunion is the prequel. It's Crisis Core.
Crisis Core Reunion.
Yeah, it's called Crisis Core Reunion. Upper Room. Steady Flow, appreciate you.
Upper Room in the building too, man. I see you in there.
Steady Flow, appreciate you. For the super chat, he says, "My spotlight is Digimon Survive. Y'all should look into it. It's on the PlayStation 4. Yeah, I was gonna pick it up, but I'm just like, too many RPGs that I'm juggling between Xenoblade Chronicles 3, now Sword and Fairy, and then I got Animutanium that I'm playing, and then I'm playing Final Fantasy 6 on the Steam. It's too much, man. Like, and then RPGs that's coming the rest. It's too much. I'm juggling too much.
I love Digimon, but I didn't get it. Because I'm not going to get it right now because honestly, I'm not in the mood to play like a visual novel right now. You know what I mean? So and plus I'm juggling through a lot of games right now too. So.
Thanks. And then Julian Johnson, appreciate you becoming a member on the channel, joining the WUPS Nation. Shout out to you, Julian.
Sir. That's that man up.
Yes, sir. Oh. Speaking of which, I gotta give y'all some trophies, man. We ain't even getting no trophies, man. What's going on? My fault. My fault.
You stingy with them trophies, bro.
Nah. We going. Let's not get them. Listen, they got a free platinum last week.
Persona want all the trophies for himself. That's why he didn't give me all the trophies.
They got a platinum last week, and we didn't even do a show. I still gave them a platinum. For episode 92. You get what I'm saying? I mean, for last week, just because there was no show, so I get a free plat. Upchuck Gaming, man, appreciate you. Super chat. He says, showing love to the bros. We appreciate you, Chuck, man. Shout out to the Plus on Block podcast crew. Every Friday at 8:30
Yo, Viper
Eastern.
mad at you right now, man.
I know, my fault, Viper, my fault, man. I gotta get it together. And then last but not least, man, Brian King, appreciate you becoming a member on the channel. Round of applause. Big round of applause, man. Appreciate you, Brian. And take a couple trophies too while you at it, man. Take a couple trophies, man. We're gonna get a whole chat, a couple more trophies, man. Couple more trophies, man. All right, that was a long intro. We're already an hour in. Told y'all guys it's gonna be a long episode. So
more members coming through. That means, you know what that means, man. More emotes to come, yo.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Much more emotes. But all right, guys, let's get into the news, man. It's a lot of news that we got to catch up on that we're gonna talk about, and then a lot of the new news this week. But Bari, I want to start off new news. I want to start off with the PlayStation Plus games for the PlayStation Plus August free games, right? So this month, for the month of August, we've got the PlayStation 5 and 4 version. So it's the cross-gen bundle. So you get both PS4 and PS5 versions of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2, the remake. And then you also get the PS4 and PS5 versions of Yakuza Like a Dragon. And you're getting Little Nightmares 1, not 2, for the PlayStation 4. And those are your August PS Plus games. Bari, talk to me. How you feeling about this month, man?
PlayStation Plus is the
absolutely
best gaming service in video games right now.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? From the offerings of games each month to the benefits that you get, the perks that you get, especially with extra and premium. It is the best service in gaming right now. But yo, this is a great month, to be honest with you. Because one game when this generation started, I don't know if you guys remembered, I purposely held off on this game. Not because I didn't want to spend $70 or $60, how much ever the game was costing. It's
$70.
because I felt like the developers disrespected the PlayStation Nation and myself with holding off a patch update for another platform. You remember that? They were saying all this BS about, oh, PlayStation, we can't do the PS5 version of the game and blah blah blah. They can't update the game right away and all that crap they was talking about, knowing that they have a marketing deal with the other platform and they was holding off the next gen update. And I was cooking them when the generation started. I was cooking.
I remember that
this game, and I was like, I am not going to buy this game. And yo, it's a game that I was interested in. Don't get it twisted. I was interested in this game. I enjoyed everything that I saw about the game. Seeing that they changed the gameplay mechanics to like a more turn-based RPG with the Yakuza series. But I held off purposely, and I was like, yo, just seeing that it's coming down to PlayStation Plus this month, I was like, yo. I ain't even gonna lie, I got excited because I was like, yo, I held off.
You stood
data wasn't gonna get transferred over and all that crap.
You stood by your convictions.
I was like, yo, what are you doing?
You stood by your convictions. I respect that.
Yes, sir. I spoke my wallet, man. But I am a PlayStation Plus member. and I downloaded this game for sure, man, because I'm very, very much interested in Yakuza Like a Dragon. So yeah, I'm happy that it's on the service. Tony Hawk, never been like the biggest fan of Tony Hawk like that. The remake did look good though. That really
surprises me. Like to this day, I'm very surprised that you.
Yeah, like I only ever played like the demo. I never really played a retail version of any of the Tony Hawk games.
Yeah.
But it was just not my thing like that. But it's cool that to see that game is on it. Little Nightmares already had Little Nightmares. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think it's a great month because this is like this is 4 games again because it's Tony Hawk 1 and 2.
Yep.
Little Nightmares and Yakuza Like a Dragon. So man, this is a great month, man. This is a great month. Let's see what they're going to be offering when it comes to the extra games for the PlayStation, premiere or extra or whatnot. But yeah, I give this an A+ this month, man, for August.
Hey man, I'm gonna keep it a stack. I'm a big Tony Hawk fan. I love Tony Hawk. I already have Tony Hawk. I have all these games already. I don't have the PS5 version. Real talk, I was just being cheap. I didn't want to fork over the 10 for the upgrade. I was like, I'm not really playing this super hardcore. I'm not forking over the 10 that they asking for. Not right now. I'm good. But they bringing that to us, so that's pretty cool. Like a Dragon, I bought Like a Dragon on PlayStation. I own this. Like I own all the Yakuzas, so I'm good here. Little Nightmares, I own this and never started it. Terrible, I know. Same thing with Like a Dragon. I got it and I ain't even started yet. I still got to beat 6. But I do think this is a very strong. I think this is an extremely strong month for PlayStation Plus, because you got like your sports kind of title, you got your indie kind of title, and you got your action adventure RPG kind of title. Man, it's kind of knocking off a lot of points with multiple gamers, I think. So I think this is a strong month. I'm going to give this an A as well. I think this is a really great month.
Yeah, great month. Both back to back, man.
Yeah, back to back.
Drake out here, back to back. Yo, PlayStation Plus been offering some great games, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Majority of the times, PlayStation Plus games, I already like own them. But this is a month right here where like the main 2 games that they're offering, I don't have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Other than Little Nightmares. But
yep.
Yeah, great month.
Great month, man. Let us know in the comments and the chat too, man. What score are you giving August PS Plus, man? PS Plus been knocking it out the park. Honestly, they've been doing really good, I think. But to also
best service in gaming, Persona.
Absolutely.
There's no other real competition out there.
Absolutely. I agree. 100%. I agree. But yo, let's move on, man. Speaking, just to stay in the realm of Yakuza, PlayStation also confirmed that for PS Plus subscription for the PS Plus Premium or extra tiers, these games, for the PlayStation Plus, the game catalog. So it's going to be available on extra and premium. All of the Yakuza games.
Yeah, it's like the older games.
Yeah, all of the Yakuza games are now going to be available on PlayStation Plus as well. So from 0 all the way up to 7, you can now play every single Yakuza game in the series. So right now, we have Like a Dragon, and then Yakuza 0 and Kiwami and Kiwami 2 will be available on PS Plus. And then coming later this year, Yakuza 3, 4, and 5 and Yakuza 6 will be made available. So probably around the fall time. I wouldn't be surprised next month or probably October, the rest of the games. But really and truly, just with Yakuza 0, Kiwami, and Kiwami 2, and really Like a Dragon, unless you want to play all the games in order, so you probably would wait. It depends on you. But just these 3 games alone, it's like 300. It's hundreds of hours of gameplay to get through those stories and do like side missions and all that stuff. We're talking hundreds of hours of gameplay here. So you're gonna be playing those games for quite a while. But Bari, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, this is very good, man. At the end of the day, what they're doing here, now that they merge, both services, PlayStation Now and PlayStation Plus, they're just bringing these games back into the service. All these games were already in or offered through PlayStation Plus or was in PlayStation Now. So yeah, I mean, when I saw this, I was just like, okay, this is nothing really new here, outside of stuff like probably like 6. Everything here that is already in here was already in PS Now and were offered on Plus, because I know they offered 0, Kiwami, and probably Kiwami 2. I'm not too sure about Kiwami 2, but these are just like the remakes or the remasters of PS Plus. 0 is the only new one. This is like a prequel.
Yeah.
But everything else was already offered in there. But yeah, good on them. You know what I mean? Streamlining service, having these games come back into it as well. It's a good look for PlayStation.
Yep, I agree. Moving on, man. Let's talk about some PlayStation VR 2 news. Bari, listen, man. I know you're excited for the PlayStation VR 2.
Sir.
I'm excited for the PlayStation VR 2. This is a day one. And PlayStation surprised us last week where they just dropped just dropped an article. Say, hey guys, look, this is an early look at the user experience for the PlayStation VR 2. I was like, whoa, all right, PlayStation, like you dropping gems out here. So they explain some cool stuff here, man. So I want to go through what they explain and then let's have a conversation, Bari. Right? So one of the first things that they talked about is see-through view. So with the PlayStation VR 2, you can see your surroundings while wearing a headset with our new see-through view feature. It comes in handy when you want to easily check where the PlayStation VR 2 Sense controllers are in your room without taking the headset off. Thanks to PlayStation VR 2's embedded front cameras, users can press the function button on the headset or use the card in the control center to switch between viewing your surroundings or viewing the content on PSVR 2. The card in the control center also gives a quick access to other PlayStation VR 2 settings, such as adjusting your play area. I just want to make sure y'all can see that because this is pretty cool. That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope
feature, man.
That's
you know
dope,
what I mean? Something that was the original PlayStation was lacking. VR system was lacking, but having these premium features on the VR headset, very, very smart.
Yep.
Also, anybody that have played VR, I'm pretty sure you have bumped into something. You know what I mean? You have your hand has hit something before where it's like, oh shit, that hurt. You know what I mean? But now that you can just see your surroundings just from the cameras that's within the VR system.
And this is how
great addition.
This is how, so like the picture I have up right now, this is how it's gonna look. So if you have the PlayStation VR 2 headset on, this would be your vision through looking, having the camera active, trying to see where the controls are, so your surroundings and stuff like that. I honestly think that's a smart idea. I think that's very smart just because you want people playing the games. You know what I'm saying? Like less time looking for the stuff you need for the games and more time playing the games. I think that is awesome. Another thing, Bari, real quick before we move on to the next thing, Bari, check how big the controllers are, brother. That's pretty. Those things are kind of very sizable.
As it should.
I know, as it should. I'm not saying that as a negative, but I remember when I first looking at this article, that was something that I know. I was like, damn, these are some really big ass controllers, man. Like these things
look hefty.
Yeah, they
have some heft to it.
Have some heft. Absolutely, man. That's dope. And then as we can see, like they got the screen brightness, system screen, things like that. It's a lot of features here, which I think is great. So that's the first one. The second one that they talk about is called Broadcast Yourself While Playing. A new broadcast feature for PlayStation VR 2 will allow you to film yourself while playing by connecting a PlayStation 5 HD camera to the console. It's a great way to show your movement and reactions during a boss battle and share your reactions with your fellow gamers as it happens. I think that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty dope. What do you think about it?
Listen, that ain't new. You could always did that with the camera outside with the original VR. You can always just broadcast this. I think you could always do that where you stream and then you have well, maybe not because the camera for the original VR was more so like features. The sensories, like to make sure that you're in the placement or you're in the play zone.
I was gonna say the camera served as a sensor, so I don't think you were able to do that on PlayStation.
Yeah, I don't think you could able to broadcast yourself while. Yeah, so this might be new. Yeah, you're right.
Yep.
Oh shit, my bad, PlayStation. I apologize.
Damn, Bari, look at you, brother. Dial it back, bro. Listen, we know, brother, you are experienced when it comes to the PlayStation news. Can't nobody tell you nothing. Bari is saying, stop tagging me in the news, cause I know. But we got you, Bari. Trust me, brother. And then,
hey, yo, did you see the new VR news? Like, yeah,
I seen it before you did. The next one is called Customized Play Area. So the play area, dope. This is amazing. I think this is. Let me read it, and then I definitely think this is like the highlight feature for me personally. But let me read it. So, custom play area. The play area for PlayStation VR 2 can be customized by using the PSVR 2's Sense controllers and the embedded cameras. The cameras will allow you to scan the room, while the PlayStation VR 2 Sense controllers will allow you to expand and further customize the play area to fit your play style and room environment. while playing, if you get close to the boundary you have set up, you will receive a warning that you are closely approaching the play area boundary. You can modify your settings at any time while PSVR 2 is connected. Once you set up your play area, the settings will be saved unless you move into a different play area. Ayo, man. Bari, I think this is amazing for multiple reasons. One of the biggest reasons is like we've seen, I think we've all seen those funny VR videos where people go too far and end up hitting somebody or walking off into like some crazy stuff and all that stuff. That's what I'm saying. I think something like this, again, you want people playing the games more. Less time worrying about your surroundings and environment and more time playing the games and ease of use. I think something like this will allow for players to set a strict boundary of where they want to be and stay within that and not hurt anybody or not be out of range or interrupt the immersive experience of what they're trying to play. I think this is perfect. What you think, Bari?
Yeah, this is perfect right here, man. Especially if you have a VR, if you buy into a VR PlayStation VR 2 device and you have like a small space or whatnot, you can actually create your own customized play area. You know what I mean? The last VR, it took up a lot of space where whatever the camera could read or whatever game it is, they'd be like, oh, this is your VR space right here. Sometimes if you don't have the space, or sometimes, it just if it's too crammed up, it could be problematic. I remember when I was playing like Blood and Truth, and I was streaming Blood and Truth while in VR, and I had my computer on like a stool, but I was reloading, doing all the stuff, and I kept hitting the computer because the computer, I didn't want it so far away. Obviously, I wouldn't be able to read the chat because this is before I think they had like the whole. Now they still had it, but you still want to see everything going on, the chat, all the stuff, the stream, make sure it's good. And he's just like boom, hitting the joint and all over the place, you know what I mean? But now, if you can customize your own play area, you get that warning, you know what I mean? Like if you pass that threshold, you're like, oh no, you're passing, you know what I mean? That's a warning. It's a warning. This is the play area right here. Get back into the play area. I think that's really cool because you do lose yourself when you do play these VR games. You're trapped in these worlds, or you're enriched in these worlds, and sometimes you just get lost in placement. You know what I mean? I don't know if you ever know, like when you play a VR game for a long time and you take that headset off and it's like, oh, I thought I was looking straight the whole time, but you're all discombobulated.
You're looking to the left, looking to the right. And all, you
get lost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this is really cool. Like having all these three features here, really, really dope. Dope features just to make that, that process of playing the game much more streamlined and much more easier.
I agree. I think it's great. Sorry, it's a siren. So rude, man. It's so rude, man.
Happened?
Nah, it was a siren.
Oh, a siren.
Rude, man. I think this customized play area is gonna be this is a huge W, and I think of the three features, I definitely think this one is like top of my list, most impressive, personally speaking. But the last thing that they have here is VR mode and cinematic mode. So in VR mode, players can enjoy VR games content in a 360 view in a virtual environment. Content will be displayed in 4000 by 2040 HDR video format, which is 20,000 by 20,000 by 240 per eye with 90 hertz / 120 hertz frame rate. In cinematic mode, players can view the PS5 system UI and all other VR game and media content on a virtual cinema screen. Content in cinema mode will be displayed by 1920 by 1080 HDR video format with 24 to 60 frames, 60 hertz, and also 120 hertz frame rate. What you think about that, Bari?
Yeah, I mean this is just common
standard.
Modes that the last VR system had. It had that cinematic mode where you can just view everything in VR, see other games in VR.
I saw people complaining about that.
VR screen.
I saw people complaining about the VR mode and cinematic mode, wishing that they both were the same, and I'm like, what? Why? Like I don't know. I just felt like that was one is meant for gaming and one is meant for.
Did you have a VR, headset last generation? Yo, BG made a WWE cameo.
What you mean?
That's what Fahim said in the chat. Said BG making that WWE cameo. Yeah, shout out to my man BG, man.
Shout out to BG. I didn't know he made a cameo. You might be talking about somebody that looked like BG on WWE though, something like that.
Oh, okay.
But yo, man, listen.
Yo, you know, before we move on, Persona, I gotta shout out my man Black Baron. Black Baron got a win, right? In AEW, he got his first win. Now he's like 1-52 or something.
Yeah,
he got his first win, bro.
Yeah, he got his first win. I think he got 2 wins now, though. If I'm not mistaken.
Oh, you got 2 wins now?
Yeah, I think so.
Yo, shout out to Baron though, man. Yo, cause I when I came back, y'all had mad DMs on Twitter. Yo, when you come back on Twitter, you gonna see mad DMs. You gonna have a lot of DMs. And Baron DM'd me because I remember the last time he tweeted he was having an upcoming match, and I was like, yo, if you don't win this match, we coming in there with our pitchforks, you know what I mean, on fire. And yeah, he posted it. He's like, yo, I got that. Got that win.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, I'm happy for Baron, man. Shout out to him. But yeah, seeing these VR features, man, and just seeing like all the tech that's going inside this headset. Bari, man, this is looking like a $500 plus headset here, man.
Oh yeah, we already.
This is not like people talk about $300 and all this
the
crap.
Headset come out. It was like this because the original PlayStation headset was $399, right?
Yeah,
that's without nothing. And then $499 if you had the controller and the camera bundle. And PlayStation, that was their first joint. Obviously, they're the only one in the market. They're going to price it however they price it. But there's a lot of features that the top level, high level VR headsets that, you know, on PC is doing here now on this PlayStation VR 2 headset. So when I see people saying, "Oh, this is going to be like $299," I see one person say like $250.
Yeah, I seen.
I
remember when this news first came out.
People for a rude awakening. I think people are purposely being ignorant with that stuff so they can complain on Twitter when they finally see the price of something.
Yeah.
But there's nothing about this headset that is saying that it's not going to be a premium price. So I'm looking at if bare minimum, it might price it again at $399. But I'm not even confident in that price. I'm thinking more like a $499 or probably like. I'm probably thinking like $450. You know what I mean? Around that age. That's where I'm leaning towards, like $450, $499. But if they do price it at $399, I think that would be great. But I don't know if they're gonna do that. But yeah, I don't think it's gonna be. This ain't no Quest 2 or.
Hey, look, man.
This is like a Vive or what the other one called. That's like $800,000.
Nah, but this. Like I seen a lot of people saying like, you know, it needs to be like $299, I seen someone say $199. And I'm just like, yo, people saying, because I seen a lot of people saying this shouldn't cost more or as much as the console, and I'm like, what? Did y'all follow PSVR 1 and how much that came out? That came out at $400. And remember, the PSVR 1 and PS4 Pro both came out around the same time,
same month,
and I remember that month was crazy. Like, I went spend crazy that month. But when it comes to this type of stuff, man, I think people need to understand that, like, there's a lot of technology going into this PlayStation VR 2 headset. A lot. And so I really do think that this we talking I think no less than 500, man. I'm going to be honest with you. I think 500
yeah, I mean, with a controller, they're going to have a bundle with the camera as well. So
I'm just going to get the mega bundle because I don't have the camera anyway.
You might see something for the baseline, 500, and then for everything bundled in with a camera or whatever game that they're going to have, it's probably going to be like 550 to 600.
It's going to be 600, brother. Because even the controller having all the DualSense features and then having the features that need for the PSVR and all that, 600, brother. that bundle with the controller and the camera and all that stuff is going to be too. I believe so.
Because the first one they didn't bundle in the controller. You know what I mean?
The move and all that stuff.
You know, you had to spend a little bit more or buy it separately for $100.
Hey, yo, COD in VR, that'd be fun. Yo, I would definitely play COD in VR, bro. I would absolutely play Call of Duty in VR.
Yeah, they had Infinite Warfare in VR where you had that little mode you can do it in VR. I think that was the only one. It was alright too. It was a cool mode. It was like a ship. mode or something.
Yeah. But yeah, man, that's the PlayStation VR 2 news, guys. Let us know if you're picking that up. I'm picking. That's a day one for me personally.
Hey, I just don't want people going into this thing thinking that it's gonna be like some cheap ass.
It's not gonna be cheap.
Some cheap device. Oh, it's just gonna be affordable.
No,
and then
it's not.
like I said, I know when people are setting up outrages for Twitter, and this VR is definitely one of them that people are setting up to be outraged
Angry.
about. Whatever the price is gonna be, they're gonna start complaining. It's like, wow, dare PlayStation make this $450 or $500? There's no way. How can they compete? Watch, I'm telling you.
Hey, yo, that's gonna be funny. Yo, let me get these super chats real quick. Yo, Steady Flow, man, appreciate you for the super chats. He says, respect, fellas. Cop that Digimon Survive later in the year then, but don't forget, more than just visual novel, but also tactical RPG. Your choices can cause characters to die and digivolutions. Understand you got a lot of games though. Yeah, man. Steady Flow, trust me.
Yeah, for sure.
It'll definitely be picked up around.
When it comes to them Japanese games, that's majority of what I buy and play. So it's gonna get caught sooner or later. But there's just a lot of stuff right now, especially October, then September, then is this shit this month. You know what I mean? It's a lot of stuff coming
the rest of the year is gonna be pretty packed.
October is woo. Good luck.
The rest of the year is gonna be pretty packed. So I'm really picking and choosing with games right now because I know when my time is definitively going for the rest of the year. So Rollerdrome, that's getting played in platinum. Last of Us 1 remake, that's getting played in platinum. Valkyrie Elysium played in platinum.
Yo, Persona, that last week of October got like 5 games coming out, bruh.
Yeah, no, because it's Gotham Knights and it's Call of Duty in the same
Knights,
week.
Star
Gotham Knights
Ocean,
release
COD.
Gotham Knights releases at the beginning of the week. Star Ocean releases at the middle of the week, and Call of Duty releases that Friday. So that week, I'm gaming OD, and then the following week is God of War.
And God of War, I think God of War got like 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
God of War is what,
Wednesday.
the 9th, right?
It's Wednesday.
So
like a week and a half. It's a week and a half.
Oh, Halloween falls on a Monday this year. Okay.
It's a week and a half. And then November is God of War and everything else. Still the spillover from everything. And then Hogwarts, I don't know when Hogwarts. I think
watch
Hogwarts
drop on. It's going. Hogwarts
be
gonna
November.
drop like either the last week of October or beginning of November.
It's gonna be November
because they're gonna want that Halloween period.
It's gonna be. No, Hogwarts is more of like a holiday game. It's not a Halloween type of game. I think.
I'm saying like Halloween because people's gonna dress up as like Harry Potter and all these other characters. Like, yo, you want that type of mystery type of game for around that season. But you could be right. I don't know.
And then Callisto Protocol in December. Come on, guys, it's a lot.
The Callisto beginning of December.
Yep, it's a lot. So, but yeah, very excited. Very excited. And then shout out to Dreology, man. Appreciate you for the super chat. Says good morning, fellas. He says good morning, fellas. I got a nuke, as you were. So shout out to you. I heard about that, Dre.
Shout out to Dre got a nuke the other day, man. Nuking these boys out here with the KSP. Yo, Dre was definitely sweating that game, man. We was out here sweating, boy.
That's what's up. And then
they hated on him too, man. He called his nuke and they left the lobby. The whole squad left the lobby.
I mean, I wouldn't stay either. It's over. There's no coming back from that.
Let that man get his
not on me.
Optimal kills, man. They had him at 32 and 0. There's a whole 12 people in the lobby. You know what I'm saying? 4 people left. So get that man his 36, man, whatnot.
And then shout out to Extreme Gamer, man. Appreciate you for the super chat. He just put a sticker, says bravo. Appreciate you.
Shout out to Extreme, man. Appreciate you coming through.
And then shout out to Viper Reese, man. Appreciate you for the super chat. He says, if you want a Toyota, get a Toyota. PlayStation VR 2 is a Bugatti of gaming. I need that. Damn the price. Absolutely, Viper. Damn the price.
Yeah, 100%. Shout out to my man. One thing before you continue, Persona, that I think we have to, as a community, go around and like promote is the fact that on YouTube, you can redirect a stream now but you need to get permission with each channel to redirect the stream. So let's say What's Up PlayStation is done and then somebody else is streaming that a day, we'll have to go back and forth and communicate whatever specific channel, obviously it's people we cool with, and be like, oh, can we redirect on your stream? But it's crazy how you got to do it. You got to like copy and paste the channel URL within the redirect or allowance to redirect, and that person has to do the same thing as well. So it's like a fight. So say I'm streaming whatever, and you're streaming right after it. For me to redirect the stream for me to go to everybody to go to your stream, you will have to get permission, and I will have to get permission for both of us to redirect each other. It's crazy. It's crazy how to do it, but I think it's important to do it though.
Yeah. We could definitely try that out and check that out. I think that'd be dope. And then shout out to Aaron Harrington. Appreciate you for the big boy 20 super chat. He says, "Y'all brothers be blessed. Love the pod. We appreciate you."
Yo,
Aaron.
appreciate it, Aaron, man.
Appreciate you. But all right, man. Let's move on in the news, man. Let's talk about this PlayStation Beta real quick, Bari. Because the long requested features that people don't care about, they never cared about, but can stop complaining. You just check off another one off the list.
Yes, sir.
So PlayStation, they released a beta last week, and the cool thing about this, so if you got a code, you could actually invite 5 of your friends using that same code, or 5 people. So I thought that was really, really cool as well. So within this beta, I just want to go through what's in this. So there's going to be new gameplay and personalization options. So now 1440p HDMI video output. Finally, guys, right? Y'all been begging for that because apparently most people play on monitors on PlayStation. So there you go. The PS5 Beta introduces support for 1440p HDMI video output, enabling players to choose an additional video setting on compatible PC monitors and TVs. If a game you're playing supports 1440p rendering, you can experience native 1440p on your display. If you're playing a game with a higher native resolution like 4K, then you may benefit from improving anti-aliasing through simple sampling down to 1440p and all that other stuff. Now we also have game lists, aka folders. So in your game library, you can now create game lists, which make organizing your games even easier. To start, go to collections and then select create game list, choose games to add to your game list, and then decide the name you want to it. You can have up to 15 game lists and 100 games in a game list. So I think that's pretty cool. And then last but not least, compare 3D audio and stereo audio. You can now listen and compare the difference between 3D and stereo audio on the same screen, and then choose your preferred setting. Also, easier access to in-progress activities. When resuming a game, in-progress activities are often shown prominently on the top of the game hub to make it as easy and as fast as possible to get back to where you left off. And then new social features, request share screen. So you can now request party members to start share screen to watch their gameplay. You just go to the voice chat card, select the party member you want to send a request to, and then select request share screen. And now there's also joinable game notifications. When you join a party and a party member is playing a game you can join, you'll now receive a notification. You can join the game directly from that notification. View new friend profiles. When you accept a friend request in the receive list, you can now view their new friend's profile in the accepted request. I think this is cool. Like if you want to view somebody real quick. Send stickers and voice messages in game base. Now the game base card, you can now send stickers and voice messages. And that's it. So it's a lot here. It's a pretty beefy update. Bari, starting with you, man. What's your thoughts on this update?
Yeah, I'm enjoying this update. The funny thing about it is that I had a video I was going to drop this week. In fact, I have it, but majority of it was muted, so I got to do it again. Yo, you ever be doing something and then you realize, oh shit, I'm muted, but you say it.
Oh wow. Yeah.
So I'm gonna definitely do it again and just pump it out. Most likely this weekend. But yeah, I think a lot of people is shying over the 1440p output with the monitors. I think that's something that they should have had day one. that was definitely a con on the PlayStation 5. I was just like, why the hell you don't have 1440p? Such a popular resolution. A lot of your games are doing it, and people, play on monitors. I think it's something that it should have been there. So finally, that is there. And I don't want a PlayStation Nation to be shying over. Oh, people complain about it now. It's here. No, yeah, they should have complained about it. And yeah, it's finally here. Yeah, you know what I mean. The game list, really, really cool idea. They actually implemented it the way how I actually suggested it too. Because a lot of people say, bring folders back, but nobody was actually saying how they wanted the folders come back. Where I definitely mentioned like, they should do it in your game collection, in your library, and have it there. I don't want it cluttered on my screen. On the PS4, it was cool for that time, but the PS5, I like the PS5 simplistic UI. You get what I'm saying? Like the PS4, when you creating all the folders, you had a whole bunch of folders, and it goes up in a dynamic view, but you're not really seeing the full game, icon. You're seeing like some of it and whatever the top 3 games, but I like how they have it here now, where it's just in the collection or the library of games, where now everything that when you just prompt up to your home screen, it's a simplistic look. But I would say this though, the game list needs some work.
It needs a lot of work.
How to sort and put games into your game list. It is not a good. It is not. They weren't thinking about
if you have like
the people
a lot
that
of
got
games,
400, 500, 700.
Yeah, they messed. I think that's where they need to fix it, because I haven't even I was gonna create a game list, and then when I created it and I have to sift through every game. I can't I was gonna put all my pre-orders into one thing, and I'm like, damn, I have to actually go through every game and get to that section and all that. I was like, nah.
Yeah,
I'm just not doing that, man.
When folders first came to PS4, it was just like this too, where you had to scroll through everything, and then eventually they added a search bar. Then eventually they added more sorting options, like recently played or recently bought.
That's why it's so weird, though,
things like that. They need to add that. What I think they need to add is
it's weird though that they have that though, because
recently played, genre, and a search bar. And that's really what you need, because man, I created 2 game lists, and it took me a while because I had to scroll through everything. Hey, if you skip one game, oh man, good luck. You know what I mean? But nah, it's still a good implementation, but yeah, it just needs a little bit fine tuning, a little bit work. Hopefully they are listening to us once again with that. 3D audio difference, since I got the H9s, I'm just like, yeah, you definitely could tell a difference between a stereo and a 3D audio. And I like that they had that comparison there, because some people are not, sold on 3D audio yet. But when you have this comparison now to listen to the differences, and you hear that water, you hear that water difference, bruh. The easier access to the in-game progression activities, all they pretty much did is they took the continue tile that they had and just made it into like a button here, so you can see it much quicker. Cause I guess people wasn't using the actual card, but now I guess you can just to see the actual thing next to the game or resume activity. You know what I mean? Because I don't know why people are not using the cards to get into their games faster. It's much faster, to be honest with you. But people were skipping it. People were going to play game or clicking the game icon rather than just going to the card and pressing square and go right into where you just left off. But I guess they just made it easier for people can recognize it now. And the new social media stuff not going to be too long, much needed. I like what they did with the parties, just separating everything: quick message, voice message, screenshot, video clip, sticker. I think that was much needed, because we be in parties a lot. We message things and with communities and whatnot, and this stuff just makes it much easier to just respond to people or just start up a party or whatnot. So yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I think the update is a cool update. It's a simple one, but it's a much needed one to fine tune a lot of the issues that you have with the PS5 UI. So I think a lot of people's gonna like it if they're not in the beta.
Yeah, I think you took a lot of what I was gonna say, but I think with the whole 1440p thing, I think the reason, for me personally, the reason why I don't really care, I don't really say I don't care, 'cause I don't really play on monitors too much, unless I'm streaming. If I'm streaming, then I'll connect to my monitor and do the whole connect to the capture card and all that stuff. For the most part, I play on TV, But I think when it comes to the whole 1440p conversation, I do agree that PlayStation should have had it there day one. But what we saw, especially at the start of this new generation, is we saw a lot of people running out to buy 4K TVs, OLED TVs, and all this other shit for these new consoles. So then you see these same people complaining that there's no 1440p, and it's like, but you playing on a 4K OLED TV, so it's gonna be upscaled to 4K anyway. And so like that's why I always make that I always say like, yo, for the people that been complaining, because these people the people that's complaining ain't playing on monitors. Now I get someone buying a monitor or preferring to play on monitor, I get that. But we know the ones that ain't playing on monitors, but still trying to use this as a negative and whatnot. But
yeah,
I
like
think
my mindset with that stuff is just always why limit yourself. You know what I mean?
No, it's not about limiting. It's not even about limiting yourself.
Monitors, especially, is like, to be honest with you, when it comes to monitors, 1440p is probably the most popular resolution. And out of the popular resolution, they weren't supporting it. It was a 1080p or 4K.
And that's why I said
I thought it was weird when it comes to that monitor stuff, especially now that you're making this PC push.
Can you hear me?
You know what I mean?
You hear me? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. No, and that's why I said like the 1440p should have definitely been there, 100%. It's more so a dig at the ones complaining but ain't really using that type of feature anyway. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
But
No,
I think
I'm with you with that. But I'm just saying, like, I just thought it was weird because I didn't have a 4K monitor at the moment. You know what I mean? I had a 1440p monitor, and I play, COD on monitor, not on TV. So I was just like, yo, I'm over here playing this shit. You know what I mean? Yep. But I obviously got a 4K monitor now, and I think it's amazing. But I just thought it was kind of weird that you don't support like probably the most popular resolution that people are playing at.
Yep. And I just think with the games list stuff, I think it's still pretty sloppy. Especially coming from last gen to this gen, I think PlayStation should have definitely learned from their mistakes with that and implemented all of that out the gate. I don't know why they keep doing like these incremental changes like this, where they'll put folders or something like folders into the update, but won't have the full feature set of what makes the folders so great in that feature set. I don't know. And then like the next update or 2 updates later, they'll say, oh, okay, now you can search for a game and add it to it. It's just like, I mean, that's the, I feel like it
just do it. Just do it good the first time.
Yeah, that's how I feel it, man. It's just like, yo, if you're going to do something like this, let it all be there. Like, don't do these incremental fucking updates, man. It gets annoying because I was hype at first for the game list. Then like I got 900 games, man. I'm not searching through all like. I'm not searching through all that shit, man. Are you crazy?
You want to type in let's say a game that start with a V or Y. Say you want to put Yakuza. Let me go to Yakuza log. You gotta scroll through all.
Yeah, I'm not doing that, man. I'm not doing that.
You might as well just be like, unplug your hard drive that have your PS4 games, and just create your game list with a PS5 stuff, because I'm pretty sure nobody really have like 100 games on your PS5.
Oh, no, I got 100. I definitely got 100. I do.
Nah, not me. I got like probably like 50, like between the actual Eternal and the SSD, probably like 40 or 50 or close to 50.
Yeah. But so yeah, that's why I'm just like, it's cool. I'm glad that they've implemented it somewhat, but there's still more work to be done. You get what I mean? You need to be able to search. You need to be able to, divvy up the list and stuff like that. But outside of that, everything else I think is great. The 3D audio comparisons I think is great, especially if you got the H9s. You definitely gonna hear that difference. The new social features I think is always great. Requesting to share a screen I think is cool, because I definitely think that would have helped when me and Bari was both playing Elden Ring at the same time, and we were like showing each other like doing boss fights or in certain areas.
We was using that screen share like crazy.
That's like crazy. Like you'll have what was so cool. Like I would have his gameplay in the back, like on the top left, and I'm playing my game. Like PlayStation is really ahead of the game when it comes to a lot of this stuff.
The picture, and people don't be using them joints, man. And then if they don't implement it, they complain, bro.
Those type of features are amazing. Seeing that and watching him, like, cause I remember when you was about to fight Melania for the first time.
Yep,
He was
yep.
like, "Yo, Persona, you want to watch?" I was like, "Yeah." And you said, and I watched you fight. I was like, "Yo," it was cool as fuck because I
And
was,
he was
remember
playing his
at
own
the
joint,
time I was
playing
farming.
his own game. Where I mean, it took me like an hour or some change, but you know.
Yeah, I was farming levels. I was farming runes for to level up.
Woo, yo,
And
that boss fight right
yeah,
there,
that
boy.
it was crazy.
Yo,
You got it,
I
though.
don't want to hear nobody talk about, oh, you're the first time I fought Melania. I watched her. You a lying
cap.
ass.
That's definitely cap.
You a lying ass liar.
Even with my blood build, it took me like 8 tries because she was washing me, man. She was washing me.
How long is in party? I think
Like
that
6,
shit took
7
like
hours,
good 2 hours, bro.
Seriously, that party
And I was
like
like,
all
you know
day one
what?
day.
This is the game plan I'm gonna stick with. I said, yo, I'm gonna get the rivers of blood because I was doing the ice joint at first. I was like, nah, rivers of blood. Let me go to my main bread and butter, and I'm just gonna whack this chick.
Even with rivers though, because like I had rivers, and I had my mimic tier. I think +9, +8, +9. And she still was washing me, man. She was washing me. Like Melania is very tough because when she does that,
I changed my whole setup like twice.
Yeah, I remember. She washed me a couple times, but stuff like that. Those type of social features, I think PlayStation is definitely headed in the right direction with that stuff because I think that stuff builds friendships even more. But I also think it brings a different level of immersion to playing with your friends, especially if you're playing online and stuff like that, and you want to share experiences and really be more engaging. I think they're doing a really great job with that stuff. So like the request to share, joinable notifications, all that stuff. I think that stuff is phenomenal. My only gripe is the games list. That's really my only gripe here. It's because it's implemented, but it's like half-assed a little bit. Let me not say half-assed because that comes off pretty harsh. I don't want to say half-assed. Let me take that back. It's implemented, but it's still missing.
I don't think that's harsh at all. I think that's the right word to use. It's half-assed because you can't have in the description. You can have 15 game lists up and have over 100 something games. Who tested that? You know, I got one sorting option from A to Z. I got to scroll through all of that for every,
that is crazy.
Nobody's trying to do all that.
Yeah, nobody's trying to do that, man. Nobody. That's crazy. So PlayStation, fix that, please. We'll probably get that in the next update. Hey guys, now you can search. Like that's your what?
But yo, this is the purpose of the beta. You know what I mean? It's to talk about these things and share your thoughts in the forums and just out in public or whatnot. Yeah, I think anybody that's in the beta, if you have an issue with that, make a video, make a tweet.
I'm actually going to do a video too, probably next week, and just going through everything and just talking about what needs to change and whatnot. But yeah, so that's the beta, guys. That's the beta. Moving on, man. Let's talk about this backbone. Listen, PlayStation been busy. Now this is I'm going to give the floor to Bari on this one. My thoughts are going to be quick, and then I'm going to give the floor to Bari, right? So PlayStation announced the backbone, a PlayStation licensed backbone. So this is a PlayStation edition backbone that got announced last week, and it's $100, guys. It's 100 beans. It's 100 beans. And it's only for iPhone right now. So you can only use this. I agree. You can only use this with an iPhone. So if you do have an Android, sorry, Android guys. Well, if you have an Android, why? That's the first question I'm gonna ask you. Second thing I'm gonna say is sorry. This is only for iPhones. And it came out. It's out. So if you wanted to pick this up, you can pick this up. And it's like I said, it's $100, and this is a PlayStation license dedicated. It's an official PlayStation backbone for iPhone. But I'm gonna give the floor to Bari on this one, guys, because Bari, he has it. He bought it. He's used it. He put out his own review on his channel, right? So I kind of want him to talk to you guys about this and really go in depth. And then after he does that, I'll just give my thoughts on it real quick, and we'll move on. Bari, you got the floor. Give us your thoughts on this backbone.
Yeah, man. So I do have the backbone,
blackbone,
whatever it's called. I think it's a good product, man. It's a super good product. Originally I didn't get it because, I'm a PlayStation gamer. I'm going to use it for remote play mostly, and it didn't have the PlayStation buttons. It had like the Xbox buttons for the original backbone, so didn't get it. But yeah, I like the product a lot. I do have some cons with it, but majority majority of my thoughts is more like, you know, pros. It's more good than bad with it. So let me get into the cons real quick. Con with this controller, obviously I think it's priced too much. It costs $100 for this backbone to play mobile games or to remote play with a backbone. If you look at it, a DualSense controller is what, $70? You know, $65, you know, wherever you can get it. And the DualSense have a lot of features: touchpad, you know, impulse triggers, you know, gyroscope, all these, you know, all the glitz and glam the DualSense have. You're not really getting that with this backbone, you know, and you're playing PlayStation games through remote play with it. So one of my biggest cons is that there's no dedicated touchpad button. You know, those 4 buttons that you see down there, you know, that's more, you know, backbone centric. Outside of the 3 dots, that is like your share button right there with a backbone. So yeah, it doesn't have a dedicated share button. And you know, if you play PlayStation games, if you're remote playing, you're gonna be pressing that share. You're gonna be pressing that the touchpad a lot, you know, to build up your map or menu or whatnot. So you have to actually touch your screen, you know, to do that stuff. You don't have a dedicated PS button. So you bought this controller so you won't have to use a touchpad. I mean, you won't have to use a touch screen for any type of, you know, uses or to play. But certain things like having a PS button, if you want to go into the menus and all that stuff, you still have to touch the screen, pull up the screen on your remote play, you know, to get to the PS button or whatnot. So I felt like if it was going to be, you know, PlayStation branded, PlayStation licensed, it should have had those buttons, or you should have made it where you can customize to make whatever buttons, you know, like the touchpad or the PS button customizable within the 4 buttons down there, especially if you're remote playing. So yeah, those are my biggest gripes with the controller right now. The pros of it, the build is really good. Oh, another con is that it's not the analog sticks is not parallel like the PlayStation DualSense or, you know, the, you know, PlayStation controllers and whatever PlayStation controller. It just doesn't have that parallel analog stick. It's offset like, you know, how Xbox is. So if you're a big like PlayStation fan and you want those parallel sticks while you're playing these remote play games on this controller, you're not going to get that here with it. But pros, the build quality is really good. It's built really, really strong, like really good. Like I thought, like, you know, pulling the thing apart to put my my phone in there, you know, that will wear and tear or get, you know, it would be janky. But no, it's really built good. So it snaps in there. Your controller, I mean your phone it's stuck in there. You know what I mean? Once you put that thing in there, you're good to go. It's not going to be loose. It's not going to come out or nothing like that. The actual hinge in the back is tight. You know what I mean? You got to put some strength into it just to pull it apart a little bit. And I like that. You know what I mean? Going into it, I like that a lot. So build quality, I have no issue with it. The buttons actually feel good. The face buttons, it looked like a DualSense controller. You know what I mean? With that clear, transparent little gloss on the buttons. And then you see the triangle, the square, the X, the circle. The D-pad as well. That's another kind of D-pad. It's not a PlayStation D-pad. It's like a other controller D-pad. So you don't get that precise movement when you're using the D-pad, like how the PlayStation one, where each button is like a dedicated, you know, directional button. Everything is combined within the actual D-pad, but it's not bad. It's not a horrible D-pad. So I'm not going to put that as a con. It's just like I wish it had the PlayStation D-pad. If you get what I'm saying. But yeah, the buttons feel good. Everything else feel good. You know, the trigger buttons feel good. The shoulder buttons feel good. The actual analog itself feels pretty good. It feels like, honestly, you're playing on a Vita outside of the sticks not being like symmetrical or parallel. You feel like you're playing on a Vita, to be honest with you.
So Bari, this is a question I want to ask you.
Yeah.
Using it and really putting time into it now, right? And having your time with it. Do you think that PlayStation kind of just slapped their name on this and didn't really put any true R&D into creating something that would be a little bit more synonymous with a PlayStation experience with this backbone? Because, you know, there's no parallel analogs. The D-pad doesn't feel like a PlayStation D-pad. No share buttons and things like that. Does this come off as a bit rusty?
You have the share button. You just don't have like a touchpad or a PS button. The share button is that 3 dots to the left.
Okay, so the share button is on the backbone, but not the.
Yeah, and then you have the option button with the 3 lines. You
Oh,
have
so that's
those,
there.
but like that camera button, that's more backbone centric, and that other orange button, that's for the app. You can quickly switch into the backbone app, which the app. I get where you're coming from because I agree with you. Like you would want like a little bit more PlayStation essence within this controller.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, it's a backbone. It's their own product. Backbone is its own thing. So
gotcha.
Once you get the controller and you hook it up to your phone, it downloads the Backbone app, which is great. And the Backbone itself recognizes through the app, it recognizes all the games that support the Backbone. So every game that supports the Backbone that you already have downloaded on your phone, it is going to come through on the app. Remote play, the Xbox app, that's always going to come through on the app, and you can just access remote play right from the Backbone, app. But yeah, I'm with you. Like certain things I would just love, like those like a touchpad button, dedicated button, and a PS button. Because yeah, the main reason why you're going to spend $100 for this controller is so you won't be touching up your screen all the goddamn time to play a game, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but you still want to have to touch up your screen to play the game, even though you just spent $100 on this Backbone.
Yeah.
But I personally gave it an 8 out of 10 because I think it serves its purpose as far as what it wants to do. Remote play works perfectly fine with it outside of the cons that I have. It works perfectly fine.
Yep.
But yeah, I would have loved PlayStation to put a little bit more PlayStation essence into it as far as like.
I think that's my biggest gripe with all this, right? Like I like that, I can appreciate that PlayStation is trying to expand into other markets and really get a footprint in and stuff. Like I get it, in business or whatever. I think from the outside looking in, because I'm not really a phone game player. I don't really subscribe to that type of stuff. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Outside of like, back in the day, I used to play like Temple Run and Candy Crush and all that bullshit. But I'm not really someone that's gonna play, like Octopath Champions. I'm not playing that on no phone. I want to play that on either a Switch or a PlayStation or something. So I'm not really subscribing to that.
Remote
but
play, to be honest with you.
No, I get that, but
fine and dandy. But like, especially like traveling, and I remote play a lot because I've been playing like everything I do with Wild Arms. I've been playing that while I was traveling through remote play, editing videos, uploading them, gameplay, all from remote play. So that's why I got this. I was like, oh, this is going to make it much easier, and it works perfectly fine. But yeah, I agree 100% with you on what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. And so I just think looking on the outside, looking in, this doesn't appeal to me. I'm not looking at this as saying I gotta have this because, I play, the Final Fantasy, Exodius or whatever games, and I'm not playing that stuff on the phone, right? And I don't really do a lot of gaming outside. I don't really subscribe to that either, just because if I'm outside, it's because I'm going somewhere or I got a destination or I'm handling business or whatever. I'm not really, or even like on the train or something, I'm not trying to pull out no big ass Backbone and then trying to play games on the train. Like, I'm just not trying to do none of that. So something like this just doesn't really appeal to me. But I think even if I was in the market for something like this, I would be disappointed at the fact that the PlayStation essence is not there 100% like I would have hoped, right? The analog placements and things like that just kind of throw me off. And obviously that's not necessarily a deal breaker. I just would have liked a little bit more of that PlayStation like essence, especially with the D-pad and all the stuff that you're saying. I would have wanted that to be more in line with how PlayStation does.
I think it's priced too high too.
Yeah, this $100 for this? No, absolutely.
Yeah, I think it should be at least
not when a
$50.
DualSense does more for less. Absolutely not. No,
yeah,
I wouldn't buy this.
I mean, for it costs less that does more.
Yeah, it does more for less.
Yeah,
I agree, 100%. But
like when I was thinking about, I was like, yo, because people have been hitting me up and they was like, do you recommend it? I was letting them know. I was like, it is $100 to be honest with you. And thinking about it, it is.
So doing it all over again, would you buy this? Would you still like? So say you had a time machine, you could go to past Bari. That was a week ago, 2 weeks ago, right? And you could tell, he on the page to pre-order or to order this. Would you tell past Bari to go through and continue to buy it?
Yeah, I would, because it serves the purpose on what I want it for.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's a little pricey in my opinion, but Remote play, it's beautiful.
I got you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Other than not having a PS button and a touchpad button, other than that, it's beautiful. Like, you know what I mean? Like, serves its purpose.
Okay, that's good. That's good. All right,
And I was playing COD Mobile on it with too, which was pretty good.
A word? It was good.
Yeah, it was good, man. It was good.
All right, that's what's up.
Don't remote playing COD on this though, because the sensitivity between the mobile game and the actual COD game on the console, you don't want to backbone that.
Yeah, nah.
But the mobile game,
I need COD to be quick.
Yeah.
But all right, man. Let's move on. Man. All right, Bari. Yo, listen. We talked about this a lot last week or this week. Or well, I wasn't on Twitter, but over the weekend and last week and whatnot. But I put this in the news, man, because you and I, Bari, I know you, and you know me.
Give it to me, bro.
You know me more than I know you, but I know you more than you know me, and you know me more than I know that you know me more than I know you.
Yes, sir. There you
understand?
Go.
And I got it right. And we both are COD vets. You understand? Veterans, 10 plus years. We put time into this Call of Duty.
Oh, don't get cocky, bro.
COD Sundays, 2.0 plus KDs in the past CODs, 3.0 KDs, high KDs, running gun, jump shot, strafe shot, running the lane, knowing the spawns. We put time into Call of Duty. So I think when it comes to what's going on with the Activision acquisition, say that 5 times fast, and what PlayStation has said, I think you and I, given our thoughts and perspective on this, I don't mean to toot our own horns because, you know, at the end of the day, we ain't shit. But I think on something like this, what you and I would say holds weight because we actually have time in these games over multiple years. You feel me? So what am I talking about? What am I talking about, Bari? I'm talking about PlayStation or Sony saying Microsoft, and guys, this is the only time we're going to talk about this on, you know, just for the sake of this conversation, we have to because of what PlayStation is saying. But, you know, this is a PlayStation-centric podcast where we talk about all things PlayStation and PlayStation only. But for the sake of this, we're going to talk about this. Sony says Microsoft's ownership of Call of Duty could influence console buyers in the future. So, Bari, listen, shout out to GameIndustry.biz. I love their website because, you know, they report the facts, the news, and they're very unbiased. It's very straight to the point. So, Game Industry, this was reported by VGC, where PlayStation was talking to the Brazilian government and speaking on how detrimental or how hurtful it could be for Activision to be under Microsoft because it could really influence sales because no other developer can keep up to the success that Call of Duty has, and really has the monetary, the money to keep up. To build the franchise that could compete at that level would take billions and things like that. So I just want to read off a couple of quotes, and I want to get your thoughts on this, Bari, right? So, and this is all quotes from PlayStation. So, PlayStation has said that Call of Duty is synonymous with first-person shooter games and essentially defines that category. Sony also said approximately 1,200 people work on each version and another 1,500 are involved in publishing and distribution. Thus, Call of Duty alone has more developers than most game companies employ across its entire development portfolio, including AAA studios. Now, real quick before I continue with the quotes, PlayStation is not just speaking about their studios. They're speaking about the industry in general when they say this. I know a lot of people are trying to say, oh, PlayStation saying that developers don't have enough, blah, blah. No, they're speaking across the board, not just their studios across the board. I just wanted to put that out there. PlayStation also said that Call of Duty, for the past decade, Call of Duty is overwhelmingly the best-selling game. Call of Duty is so popular that it influences users' choice of console, and its community of loyal users is entrenched enough that even if a competitor had the budget to develop a similar product, it would not be able to rival it. After which they confirmed the intent. So those are that's the gist. Those are the main points. There was another point where PlayStation said that no other developer could keep up with like even if something even if something were to be made, they can't keep up because it's so entrenched. Like Call of Duty now is a culture, Bari. Like it's
Yeah,
not
because
just a
they
game.
looking at how many people work for the studio,
The money
how
that's coming
efficient they
in.
pumping out the work.
Yeah, the
Like
efficiency and
not
all
a
that.
lot of shooters that come out on a yearly basis. And the reason why Activision can do that with Call of Duty is because how big and how much money the game makes and what they're putting into the game. You
Yeah.
know, like look at Battlefield or any other shooter that comes out. You don't see that every year. You see them come out like once every, 3 years or 4 years.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
So
yeah.
when they say something like that, like no other shooter come out, no other game like in that genre does what Call of Duty does. Yeah, they're being honest. No, what other first person shooter that comes out on a yearly basis?
Yeah, they're right. So hearing all this that PlayStation has been saying and whatnot, just give me your overall thoughts about Call of Duty, PlayStation's position, and all of this. I know I've seen a lot of people saying PlayStation is doomed, all this crazy shit, right? But give me your overall thoughts, man. Just talk to us.
Yeah, quick overall thoughts is that what PlayStation is saying in there in that little dialogue or back and forth where the Brazilian people, Brazilian Xbox, leaked out or whatnot. It's they're being honest. They're telling the truth of what Call of Duty means to them as a platform and what Call of Duty does for the industry. So and Microsoft is like a major competitor with PlayStation. So anybody in PlayStation's position obviously is going to question it. Obviously, they're going to, emphasize on certain things that this could be detrimental to us because, this game itself, we spend a lot of money to get this game, marketed on our platform, and the game does make a lot of money for us in a digital front, physical front, microtransactions, tournaments, and all that stuff that they do. So they're looking at their position with something like that that's so lucrative for them, being taken away, or the worst case scenario, like a lot of businesses would think like stuff, and they're making their statements on it. And like I said, Call of Duty is a big game, huge game. A lot of people hate on Call of Duty, but at the end of the day, it's the best-selling game, every year, and it makes money for Activision. People play Call of Duty on a daily basis. Call of Duty is one of those games that you will never see that game itself drop down to like 1,000 players. That's just not what it does. And when they say stuff like nobody can rival a Call of Duty, it's true because no other game, first person shooter wise, is coming out with a new game every single year like Call of Duty. And it's not a game that is like a low budgeted game. These are big blockbuster, big game that comes out every single year, and nobody is pumping out that much money to make a game like that every single year. You know what I mean? The money that Call of Duty pumps in to be created, the biggest and best AAA games that we love, that's the money that they do, and we don't see those games, until like 5 years apart. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So it's a different beast. It's a big beast. It's a big game. PlayStation is looking at it like, okay, we don't want this game being taken away from us. I think that whatever these excerpts and whatever PlayStation is saying here, I all think that this is like old, comments, because we already know that PlayStation, Microsoft and whatnot, they already had their talks as far as the game, staying on PlayStation and them living up to their contracts and all that stuff on PlayStation. But any business that had a game like this, synonymous with their platform for years, is going to be saying the same thing, because Call of Duty is a big game. It is a culture. It is something that no other game in the AAA space is doing outside of probably like a Madden or a 2K. But I don't even know if Madden or 2K even it's a Madden and 2K are blockbuster games, but are they doing the same thing like Call of Duty, like a brand new experience every single time? Hundreds of millions of dollars being pumped in to create these games. I don't know if it's like that for Madden 2K, but no other game in its space,
a lot of that
first
same
person
money
wise,
though.
is like a Call of Duty.
For Madden and 2K, they're definitely pulling in boatloads of money. where
Yeah, I know. I know
they're
it's pulling in
the
boatloads, but
bread.
I'm
They're
talking
pulling
about
in the
how much
bread.
it costs to create it. Like Call of Duty, that's a game every single year is bare minimum is like 150 million. You know, it's a 200 million type game to create every single year.
Yeah.
Single player, multiplayer, now with all this battle royale stuff in there, and then you have your zombie mode, your co-op modes. It's a complete package every year they're putting in there. And Call
Yeah,
of Duty
but
always innovates,
with
or
Madden and
always
2K, with
up
Madden and
each
2K,
other each year as far as like the single player narrative storytelling or whatever they do in the game. You know what I mean? It takes a lot
but with
to
Madden and 2K, they've also got the microtransactions and all. Like, because Madden is also up there top best selling, or Madden and 2K, or in FIFA. You got to include FIFA in that. They're always in that top five with Call of Duty. So I'm pretty sure they're pulling in some stupid money as well, like real stupid money, because you also got the microtransactions and all that stuff as well. So I definitely think they're pulling in a lot of bread, 100%. But the point I want to make as well is, because I've seen a lot of people trying to say, oh well, and this is more of like the whole fanboy rhetoric that like people like to push around and stuff like that. But I've seen a lot of people saying, oh well, when Activision goes under Microsoft, PlayStation is done. PlayStation is gonna fail. The PlayStation can't survive without Call of Duty and all this weird stuff, right? I just want to point to Activision's financials really quickly, because one of the things that I think, and this is for Q1 2023, so this is, or Q2, yeah. One of the things that people forget is, and I'm just gonna stick with the Call of Duty side of things. Call of Duty is at the position that it's in because of it, due in part because of the PlayStation fan base as well. Going back to PlayStation 2 through now, right? It's not like COD was just built off the backs of like, PC and Xbox. No, PlayStation is a part of this growth and success as well. A huge part now, because the majority of people who play Call of Duty are on PlayStation. So for the people who are hoping or wishing that Call of Duty is made exclusive to Xbox under acquisition, which Phil Spencer said it wouldn't be, but again, things can change. But think that COD can survive without PlayStation. That's just not true. Especially when the majority of your base is on a PlayStation. That's absolutely not true. But even when we're looking at the financials, the revenue down 28%, bookings down 15%, net income down 68%, monthly active users 361 million, down 12% year over year, 3% quarter over quarter. And just on the Activision side, it's continued to show a decline in their revenue over 38% year over year. And obviously there's a lot of factors into this, right? Let's not just say this is, because whatever. There's a lot of factors, and I'm not trying to say that, but if they were to lose that bubble that they have with PlayStation, these types of financials that they're pulling in now, where it's even super high like this, would be even lower, because you have lost a large portion of the money you're used to getting in. But it's a double-edged sword, because from the PlayStation side of things, Call of Duty being on PlayStation has led to more console sales, has led to more money being spent in the PlayStation Store, has led to, because people may have bought a PlayStation for Call of Duty, but then they see God of War, see Spider-Man, or see some of these other games that are in the store, and that has led to those type of sales as well, or bought other games outside of COD, like sports games or whatever, in the store. So in my opinion, I think this is a double-edged sword that I don't think a lot of people are really trying to objectively look at here. I think both PlayStation and Activision, or Microsoft, once they go under Microsoft, have a lot to lose here by taking one of their showstoppers, one of their big dogs, off the table for one of the biggest platforms in the industry. PlayStation makes up almost 50% of the console market. I don't think people are not understanding that. 50% of console spending comes from PlayStation alone. almost not, it's not there quite yet, but almost 50% of the console market is PlayStation. It's a double-edged sword for both PlayStation and Activision if things happen the way people keep thinking it will. Because if it happens that way, you're going to also see a very different Activision. Very different. Because then, in turn, they won't be able to sustain the yearly model because they've already budgeted for being able to put this game on all platforms and see the returns that they're seeing. That's much less sales, much less money, much less everything. So that, in turn, that also means much less games being put out because you can't sustain that type of model. Y'all don't want to hear that, though. Y'all don't want to hear that. It's a double-edged sword with this stuff. It's a double-edged sword.
At the end of the day, I think PlayStation is going to be good, regardless of what happens with Call of Duty and Activision. Because I see the contingency plans that they have in place when it comes to having a competitive like shooter or just a competitive game on their platforms. They have set up a lot of partnerships. It started out with Haven. Now they bought Haven. You have Firewalk. You have Deviation, which I think Deviation looking like another studio acquisition coming soon. You have, they said they're making 10 live service games there. So I feel like it's not like they're just like, oh, Microsoft is going to buy Activision. We're going to, keep it pushing. But no, they actually trying to replace Call of Duty on PlayStation or try to have something as big. They know it's probably not going to be anything as big, but they're trying their best to see what they can do
to replace
with
that
these
potential.
games. Hopefully they are good. Hopefully they knock them out of the park with them. Like, I have a lot of faith in Deviation to do that, but we'll see with the other games.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have plans in place
something that's
to see.
kind of can not replace, but like if everything, so kind of like if everything is taken off the table, we still have these that can kind of fill that money gap as well. Like if we can get some good
here can
live
generate this money that Call of Duty probably could generate for us.
Yeah. I get what you mean, which is smart. I think it's always good. It's always good to have contingencies, especially if the game is high quality. Is that it's got pumped with content and stuff like that. I agree 100% with that.
The thing is, like, once again, are these games going to come out yearly like a Call of Duty? I doubt it. It's too much money.
No, they might not come out. They might not come out yearly, but
also they put a lot of money in Call of Duty where they can have these games come out every year.
Now, if it doesn't come out yearly, but PlayStation can swing where they can have kind of like Destiny, where like they have seasons of new things happening and new content that that can keep people engaged. If PlayStation could at least sustain that type of model. Now, obviously, I don't think it's going to overthrow Call of Duty, but I do think that it will at least keep people engaged enough the way they can continue to keep playing the game. Which, if they've got like cosmetics or whatever they're trying to do, they're still putting money into the game and stuff like that so that they can keep that revenue and whatnot coming in. If they can at least maintain something like that, I personally feel like they'll be in a pretty good position, especially if you got 12 of these live service games that's supposed to be coming out. If you can sustain at least that seasonal model, kind of like what Destiny's doing, I feel like they'll be in a good position.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So that's the COD talk. Shout out to COD.
Yo, the chat though, we're gonna go off. Nah, we have some time to think about and talk about this, man.
Yeah, me and Bari have been talking about this for a while. So I think we both come to a mutual agreement and understanding. And really, I'm trying not to. I don't want to be rude, right? But I also understand business. I understand how the importance of money coming in and out. I'm able to look at this objectively and see how both sides have something to lose here. And again, and I prefer PlayStation, but I think we all can admit when someone has something to lose. I think that's important. Being able to look at things objectively, despite your preference, is important. So
100%.
That's just what it is. But moving on, Bari, man, real quick. Just to stay on the topic of COD, real quick. Just really fast. Let's talk about Modern Warfare 2 real quick. I don't know if I should show.
Whoa!
I don't know if I should show this picture though.
Nah, don't show the picture. I don't know who. Well,
It was Charlie. It was Charlie
but
Intel.
I don't
That's
think
why.
we should though.
Yeah, I'm not gonna show
You
it.
never know.
But we
That
might have
stuff.
got a glimpse at Modern Warfare 2, Bari. At least the stage, the lobby,
base menu for
the
the
lobby,
game without
the
no
lobby.
microtransactions or seasons in it.
And I ain't gonna lie, man, it was looking real old school Modern Warfare 2-ish. That lobby looked very, very reminiscent of old school Modern Warfare 2. So just real quick with that, man, what's your thoughts, man? Like seeing that, going down that nostalgic lane, do you think that they might be headed in the right direction if we're seeing stuff like that? What's your thoughts?
All right, I'm gonna be petty a little bit, and also I'm gonna answer your question. First and foremost, if you guys haven't seen the picture, definitely go to Charlie Intel and look at the picture. The picture showcases that they're in a lobby, getting ready for a TDM match on a certain map, and it's PlayStation console that everybody's using. So I just want to let people know we just spoke about this whole acquisition deal and all that stuff, but just remember everything that's going to take place with Microsoft and Call of Duty won't be taking place for another 2-3 years for this specific game, this franchise Call of Duty. So just let you know, everybody talking about Call of Duty and Activision and all that stuff now, but this game is still going to be marketed and promoted on PlayStation, this year. Enough pettiness. That's a nice WUPS pettiness, J Bar. If this is on a different channel, on my channel, it'd have been
it'd have been much worse.
It'd have been much worse. But yeah, this is very reminiscent of like old school Call of Duty, keeping it very simple. But I just want to let people know that every Call of Duty that comes out is always simple because they haven't added all of the whole seasons and the COD store and all that stuff in there yet. So right now we've seen play, weapons, operators, and barracks. We're keeping it simple. Well, I'm pretty sure when December or like January hit, you're gonna see other little tabs being added. You're gonna see a whole bunch of flair and all that stuff being in there. But I like the look. I like the simple look, man. Persona. I'm a very simple and clean dude, man. I don't need all that clutter and all that mess all up on the goddamn screen. And this looks pretty good. This looks pretty cool. The only thing I got question for, Persona, I'm pretty sure you're gonna have the same thing too. Is that can we vote for the maps? I don't see a vote. I don't see 2 maps here. Maybe this was already voted for. I'm not sure. This is like an off screen. This is like an off online.
Yo,
mode.
If we can't vote for the maps, that's an L, bro.
Kind of thing.
That's an L. If we can't vote for the maps, that's a big L.
Yeah, that's what happened in Modern Warfare. The first in 2019, you couldn't vote for your map. They picked the map for you every time, and it was always the same rotation of maps. Hopefully, they don't do that in this game. I'm praying they don't do it. But Codcaster is back. I like the whole, lobby menus and members and all that stuff. It looks pretty good. It looks pretty clean, simple. I'm all for that.
Okay. Yeah. We got to see gameplay for me, but
when the multiplayer really revealed this month, right?
That's the rumor, supposedly. But and then the beta's supposed to be next month. So, my whole thing is, I want to see gameplay, but, seeing that lobbies and seeing the old school lobbies, that definitely got me a little hype. I'm like, all right, you have my attention. You have my attention. But, we got to see that multiplayer gameplay. Listen, the single player gameplay, not to be rude, I don't really care about that, personally speaking, because that's always good. That's like, regardless.
Yo, have you played 2019?
No.
Yo, there's a stream right there for you. Yo, I don't play single player like that when it comes to COD, but that 2019 single player was dope. I think you're gonna like that.
All right, I might have to go back to it. But yeah, so that's my whole thing, right? But we'll see what happens, man. The month is still very early. We in August. We'll see what happens. But moving on, man. We still got a lot, guys. Listen, get your lunch. We got a lot.
The words of my man Gamer 2323. Get your popcorn, Kool-Aid, get whatever you may need.
And I hope you enjoy the show. All right, man. Yo, Bari, let's get to something that I definitely want us to have this conversation. Let's talk about this Gotham Knights, man. Let's really go in depth, man. So you saw IGN first. They did they're kind of doing like first 16. I was IGN first, and the game this month is going to be Gotham Knights, and they're going to be showing a bunch of different things. Like they showed us first 16 minutes of gameplay, and they also showed us some of the tons of different suits. So each character is going to have 11 different suits to choose from, and then you can change like different little parts of the suit, like the cowl and all this other stuff. So that's pretty cool. But with this, Bari, you saw the 16-minute gameplay, right? You saw it, like the whole
Yes.
thing. All right, so we can definitely have a real in-depth conversation.
First and
Bari,
foremost, before you
there's-
go in, I don't like IGN first. I think IGN first, whoever's playing the game, whoever's showcasing the game, they don't do the best job in the world. But this wasn't like a bad gameplay. But
Yeah.
go ahead, my bad.
So there's three things that I want us to focus on, right? I want you to focus on graphics. I want you to focus on combat, and I want you to focus on environment. Or you know what? No, aesthetic. And when I say aesthetic, I mean that Batman-esque world, Gotham Knights-esque aesthetic that we know from like the Arkham Knights games, or just Batman's world in general from reading comics or watching movies or whatever. So Bari, start with you. Give me your thoughts on this first 16 gameplay. Were you impressed? Has this kind of pulled you back a little bit where you might want to call up PlayStation and say, hey, cancel that pre-order for me real quick? Thank you. Give me your thoughts, man. Break it down for us, man. How you feeling?
Nah, yo, really and truly, I like the gameplay for this game. I just think that it needs like a little bit visual touch-ups. Certain animation look a little stiff, but everything when it comes into the gameplay, I'm excited for this game. I think Batgirl, she looks perfectly fine, like in her suits and all that stuff. I think the environments or what they showcase in this gameplay look pretty good. But it's a certain like little leaping animations or jumping over here or certain things I feel like this could need a little bit of touch up. You know what I mean? And that whole the belfry area, they need. I don't know what they need to do with that, but that part of the game needs to get nuked. You know what I mean? That's keeping it a buck. But nah, I think the gameplay looks pretty good. I think it's going to look much better when we actually have the game in our hand. And you might get a Guardians of the Galaxy type of thing.
Yeah.
When it comes to this game, you know what I mean? It hasn't been like wow, in my opinion, but it could be when we finally get it in our hands, like playing on our TVs and whatnot. But yeah, I like the whole they play all the stuff that Arkham games are known for, having little detective, parts in the game where she was like looking up this clock and she was looking up like a calendar and she was like punching in the whole, keypad that's looking for clues and whatnot. I love that aspect in Arkham games and they bringing that here within this game. And also you gotta remember this game is co-op too. So you're gonna be doing that with your partner when you're playing the game too. Look up the clues and detective mode and all that stuff that Arkham games are known for.
We streaming this?
Yeah. What happened?
We streaming this?
Yeah, we can stream it. I'm with it.
Right.
Yo, I already told you, bro. I'm Robin.
I mean, I'm
You know what I
Batgirl.
mean?
I'm Batgirl, so we good. Batgirl and Nightwing, so we
Yeah,
good.
we Gucci. We Gucci on that. So I'm all for the stream, man. Whatever it is. So we can do a day one stream or
Yes,
whatnot.
sir. Yes, sir.
I'm for it. You know what I mean? And just showcase the game and whatnot and learn it for itself. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think it looks pretty good though, honestly. But I'm looking for like a wow factor with the game, knowing that it's going to be only on next gen consoles. I'm not getting a wow factor to the game. I'm just getting like, yeah, I'm ready for this. I'm excited to play it. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But I'll be honest with you. If I would say, was there any wow factors? I say no. Yeah, I don't think there was any wow factors within it so far. But you never know. I don't want the whole game to be spoiled. I don't want the story to be spoiled. I just think the Belfry area needs to get nuked and let's focus on what they're showing here as far as the game. Have every dialogue, every conversation in the Belfry, have that within the game here where they're communicating with each other. Like, yo,
it's kind of like Avengers with the Quinjet, where like you having like conversations and all that stuff, but they don't really talk too much in the world.
But I like that they have like a class system too, because when it was picking or cycling through the characters, they were showcasing like each character have like different strengths and whatnot.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. So whatever character played to your play style, you pick that character, but it didn't matter what Robin play style was. Tim Drake is my favorite Robin, so I was picking him regardless.
Yeah, no, I think we both on the same pace here. I do think that the voice acting, at least for Batgirl, certain scenes, certain areas, she just a little too upbeat for me, man. I'm just like, shorty, can you get a little bit more? I need you to get a little bit more serious in a more serious tone in the voice. You feel me? But I do think that the game for me, I think it looks like, I know a lot of people saying like, listen, does it look like Horizon Forbidden West level? Nah, it doesn't. Like it doesn't. But I do think for what it is, it looks great. It looks good. But I do think that when it comes to like some of the combat, it's a little. You know what it is too, though, man. It's early game. Like this is a tutorial mission, really and truly. So I just feel like when you're looking at a tutorial mission, the combat's not going to be
It's the basics.
It's the basics. Like they're telling you how to do square and throw fucking batarangs and whatnot. So I'm not
This
really
is why
expecting
IGN
to see
first is always bad. They pick the worst. Let me shut up. Go ahead.
I just feel like, you know, we're looking at a tutorial mission here, so you're not going to be seeing all the other cool gadgets and other combo strings that you'll be able to do. Because even in Batman, you know, you have the grab combos and the throws and you know the different types of square, triangle combo strings that you can do. I'm I'm like 95% sure that stuff is also going to be here as well, right? And then all the other gadgets and whatnot that all the other different characters have, because we didn't even see like her movement abilities and all that, like how she moves and whatnot. So I just feel
no, we saw how she moved.
No. What I'm saying is, remember when we first saw the gameplay, and she had like these bats that came out of, that was like one of her special moves, where the bats came out. But that's what I'm saying. That's much further in the game. So what we're seeing here is going to be basic in terms of the combat and stuff like that, because that's what it is, the basics. You get what I mean, Bari? So I'm not gonna fault the game for not showing anything that's super duper impressive, because it's the basics. It's a tutorial mission. But my gripes are more so in, I get what you're saying with some of the stiffness. I think it could be a little bit more loosey-goosey. You get what I mean? But my whole thing is more so just the tone of the voice, at least with Batgirl. It was a little bit immersion breaking. Like this part here. Hold on, let me unmute it. I want y'all to hear this. So Shorty come through the door, and just listen, guys. Just listen.
Great.
Why is she saying that? Why is she? What is?
And they got to
what
pay
is
the voice
purpose
actors,
of that, bro?
Great.
Like, what is the purpose of that, man? What is the purpose? You know what I'm saying? And when I first seen that, I'm like, Shorty, why you just say that? And then watch when she get outside, bro.
Yo, I do understand where Jack coming from. He says like they don't look like they belong in the environment. Like certain stuff looks like that. It looks like whoever was animating the characters or made the characters in the world, they wasn't like together doing it. It's like, oh yeah, you took this job, we took this job, let's piece it together and see how it comes through. Does that make any sense? Like the Belfry area, I can tell that 100%. I agree with you 100%. Here, more in the gameplay area here, you know, I can see where you're coming from, but I don't really necessarily agree 100%. That talking area, that 3-minute gameplay, I was like, yeah, they kind of look off. They don't look like they belong in this room or whatnot. But
this is a tutorial mission, guys. You're gonna get the square, triangle, square, circle. That's what it is. But then if we look at the
kick that she does here
gameplay,
in the end part of the scene look fire though. She did like this Timberland boot kick. Keep it rolling, Persona. She does like a Timberland boot kick to this dude's face here. That was looking kind of heat though.
Oh, let me switch back to it.
If I remember correctly, I think it's that scene.
Oh no, I think it's another. It might be the next. It might be the next enemy that she fights, where she does like that heel kick with her big ass boot. Oh no, it's this one. She kicked this shit out of him.
Did it here, right?
Yeah, she did it here. I'm showing it right now on the stream. Yo, that was crazy. But see, I real quick before we move on, I just want to show the other, just really fast, right? I just want to show the Gotham Knights gameplay from 2 years ago or a year ago, because this is much further in game. Now this game looks a little bit different now, but let me fast forward.
Back then was like a PS4 they were showing.
You know, like look at now. Imagine this on PS5, like with all the craziness that's going on and whatnot. This is definitely gonna look a lot better. But I'm not here focused on the gameplay. I just want to focus on the. I want to focus on Batgirl because they're gonna go to her first, right? And I just want to show y'all real quick how she fights. Look how Robin came in with his movement abilities. You get what I'm saying? That's Robin gonna be dope. I ain't gonna lie, Bari. That he look like he gonna be fire.
Robin got that teleport, bro. He using a satellite.
Now watch how she fight. Watch how she fight here. This is a year ago, right? Now watch, just real quick. Cause she gonna bring out these bats and shit.
Yeah, the animations kind of look better here. Like takedown.
I ain't gonna lie.
How she
look at that. Look at the bat.
That.
Look at the bat. Yeah, I like how she vaulted off the truck. But look at that. Look how she summoned the bats and all that stuff, man.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Like there's more here. There's more here. And she got like the nunchuck things and all that stuff. This is much further. This is clearly much further in the game where you got more stuff that you're able to do. You get what I mean? What we were seeing in the first set of gameplay was the tutorial mission. So you're not going to have a whole lot. But I do agree that the fluidity of the combat definitely looks a lot better here.
It look better here.
Much better here. I'm not even going to cap on that. The fluidity of that
I like the lighting too. It doesn't look as cartoony as it looked in the previous IGN 10 joint.
Yeah. But see, that's the thing. I don't know if
that's
it's the
crazy,
game.
yo.
I don't know if it's the game or IGN.
How the game is looking worse.
I don't know if it's the game or
Yeah, look at the walking and all that. It look better. Yo,
yo, I ain't gonna cap. I ain't gonna.
Does my eyes deceive me? Hey, yo, Persona.
Man, yo, I ain't gonna cap. This looks a lot better.
You thinking the same thing? You being coy, but you thinking the same thing, bro.
Yeah,
you thinking the same.
It do. I ain't gonna cap. It do. It looks a lot better. This gameplay looks a lot, and this is over a year ago.
How she walking? It look way better, dog.
Man, yo, what did they do?
Yo, her hand is actually moving back and forth. Yo, go to the IGN 10 gameplay and look how she was walking and look at her hand, how her hands was moving. This look much more fluid, bro. Go back to yo. I'm sorry, guys. We want to bring this up, bro.
I got you. Hold on.
Yeah, vertical slices is always gonna look good because the game is being created. Whatever demo scene is being created for that actual slice of the game. It's not the whole game. So I understand that. But it's just certain things that whatever is being showcased here, it just looks way better. Look how she was walking. Let me see. No, she still got to walk. She still got to walk. I
think because her cape is shorter, so it's covering her hand movements in the first gameplay. Because like I feel like her wobble is still the same here.
Yeah, the animation is still the same, but it just looked more.
I think the combat.
Maybe it's the lighting. I don't know. Maybe it's the lighting.
I just think
that's throwing me off.
When it comes to the gameplay from a year ago, I just think the combat looks a little bit smoother. It looked more smoother. Like I feel like the transition into the moves just looks a bit more smoother here. It looks closer to no bullshit. It looks closer to Batman. Like I feel like you fighting as Batman. Like you fighting like it's Batman. You get what I mean?
Hey yo, the chat going in. Yo.
I ain't gonna lie.
He say look like she walking with the batarang up.
I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, yo, this combat.
Hey, shout out to my man Strick in the chat too. I see you, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Looking at the combat from a year ago, man, this looks a lot. This looks.
It looks faster. It looks.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Yet.
But she got more.
I ain't
but
gonna
see,
say
here's my thing, though, bro.
It's just being
she got
honest.
more, but she got more gadgets and stuff here, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, look at what she's using.
I'm still excited for the game.
Oh no, I'm very excited. I'm very excited.
Honestly, I don't mind the whole damage ticker thing that they're showing. Like, you know, the DPS or whatever they're showing. Like, oh, this is doing 200 damage. This is doing whatever. I don't mind that either in the game. The latest gameplay, they don't show that no more.
Yeah. Well, listen.
Ooh, that takedown look fire too.
This is what happened. Yo, I hate to say this, Bari, but I think you know where I'm going. This is what happens when developers listen to people who not gonna buy their games. It ends up that they trying to listen to everybody and please everybody. You know, it's I'm
confused, Persona, because it's This was for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and every other platform. The new gameplay is just PlayStation 5. You know what I mean? So I'm confused with certain aesthetics of the game. Why does this older build look better than this newer build? But I don't know. And we obviously know this is on a PlayStation because look, the button prompt circle. Well, that could be PC. Don't mind the button prompt, but I don't know.
I ain't gonna lie. Like this is a very cinematic scene though too, man. Like the wind blowing. He's he's about to fight Mr. Freeze. So like the wind blowing and everything that's going on here. I just think this looks. When I first seen this, I was like, yo, I cannot wait for this game. You know what's funny, though, Bari? People saw this gameplay and said they weren't impressed.
They weren't impressed.
Which is crazy, bro. It's like, yo,
I remember.
They not impressed
like,
that you show this now, and it's not. It's just like, yo, like what, like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't, bro.
They're like, it's running at 21 frames per second.
This shit is crazy, bro. Listen, man, Gotham Knights is a day one. We definitely streaming that.
They definitely changed her face though. She looks a little bit more like her face is much more wider in the newer build than this one. Maybe it's probably because of the mask. I'm just overanalyzing. But Freeze look dope. Yo, my God.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Freeze looks. This is 90s Freeze right here. This is 90s Freeze, 100%. Man, he looks great.
Freeze look dope.
I don't know how people say.
Man, we gotta wait till October.
I don't know how
we're gonna see.
I'm excited for this gameplay. Look how she fighting though, bro. Look at all the different things she got. That's all I'm trying to say, man. Is that her gameplay is what we were looking at is a tutorial mission.
Oh, and a little dodge button. Do they showcase that in the? She did a little sway dodge button to dodge out of the beam.
Yeah, that's the evade button. That one's in the new gameplay as well. She doesn't do it.
Looked like the flips. That's what they were doing right there. She just did a whole. I mean, yeah, I'm excited for the game. We're gonna see. We're gonna stream it. You know what I mean? Robin and Batgirl. We're gonna be in there. So.
Yes, sir. That's Gotham Knights, guys. We'll see. All right. I'm gonna do some quick news real quick because it's definitely getting late. All right, guys.
The community got that game delayed. We could have been played that game.
That's true.
Let me shut up.
Project L. We got some more news. Bari, Project L from Riot Games. They confirmed that it is going to be a free-to-play game, and they announced one of the new characters, Ilaoi.
Big girl.
Yeah, the big girl.
Yeah, I was definitely wrong on Project L. Well, I mean, it made common sense it was going to be free to play, but I just felt like it was going to be a big game. Yeah. Like, why wouldn't you charge for that? But hey, shout out to Riot Games. They're going to make a free to play 2D, fighting game, and it looks good. Hopefully, we get like some new gameplay this weekend. They were up. They had like an Evo little conference thing talking about the game and talking about this Evo in itself. But yeah, I'm pretty excited for Project L, man.
Yeah, I'm excited. How do you feel about it being free to play? Do you think that this is a route that fighting games need to go moving forward? Because we see the success of Multiverse, and we see 200,000+ people playing it on Steam, and then we see like a lot of people on consoles are playing this game. Now, my whole thing is it's free. Of course, people are gonna fucking play it. I mean, but are people going to stick with it? 6 months down the line. I feel like 3 to 6 months down the line is when you have your true community, and if that community is smaller than the community of people who are playing, Guilty Gear or whatever, or DNF Duel or whatever, is it really worth it going free to play? You know what I mean? But what do you think, man? Do you think this is a route that fighting games need to go?
I don't think it's necessarily the future of fighting games, because people are looking at these free to play games, and you got to look who's it coming from, who's developing. WB is a big studio, it's a big name. They're using big household names to sell their game. Tom and Jerry, Bugs Bunny. Anybody in the world is going to be attracted to that. Is being free to play. Not all developers in fighting games have that luxury. If a fighting game come out right now and there's a new fighting game, and we don't know these characters, the character could be called Tsubaki, you know what I mean? Yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? And the people are like, what the hell is this? Oh, the game is free to play though. You know what I mean? Not every developer has the funding, the backing like that to make it everything free to play for fighting games because they don't have that money like that, like a WB, like a Riot Games. You know what I mean? That has that privilege. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of people are exaggerating a little bit. Like, yeah, this got to be the way of the future of fighting games. Yeah, look who's it coming from. You know what I mean? All the other free-to-play games that come out that's much smaller, where are those games at? Nobody's even batting an eye.
Yeah, what Brawlhalla, you know, although Brawlhalla, that might be a bad example. It's got like a really thriving community.
Brawlhalla pretty popular.
But yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm there day one with Project L. See what my character is, so I'm excited nonetheless. We definitely.
Echo is definitely my character. I don't need to see nobody else. Echo and maybe that Fox girl. We'll see who the secondary gonna be, but Echo is on.
Then you might get that TOA tournament popping off. You feel me?
Yes, sir. Project L for sure.
Yep. All right, man. Let's do some quick news real quick, guys. I'm gonna throw some quick news. Then we got two other big news that I want to talk about real quick. Then we get into the topics, and then we out of here. All right, guys. Quick news, real quick. Starting with Herman Hulst. Shout out to my boy Herman Hulst. He is making his rounds. You understand? So Herman Hulst's been making his rounds all summer. Something happening pretty soon. But Herman Hulst, he says, great day to Jason Blundell, David Anthony, and the team at Deviations. We see him. He made his rounds. He's at Deviation, seeing that COD killer. Nah, let me not say that because
man, that's Treyarch right there. That's the real Treyarch right there.
Let me not say that because they gonna think I'm serious. But the vets is over there, man, and they making something pretty great. I can't wait to see.
Dead serious. That's the real Treyarch right there.
That's a fact.
That's the main dudes at Treyarch.
That's a fact.
They made their own studio.
That's a fact. So potential COD killer, guys. But listen, I still can't get over all these dual senses up in their studio.
And the guy,
listen, man. I really do think this studio is already purchased, man. I'm gonna keep it a stack with y'all. I don't know no other studio that's not a PlayStation studio that got all these dual senses. It would be different at PlayStation controller, Xbox, Switch, and all this. It is dual senses all over the walls.
Remember when they showed off the studio? It was like a whole bunch of dual senses and PlayStation like stuff all over the goddamn studio.
Yeah, I'm just like, this might be a PlayStation studio already, man. Shout out to Herman Hulst out there, man, making his rounds. Can't wait to see what Deviation is working on. The other thing, man, now
the only rounds Herman Hulst ain't make yet is to the WUPS podcast.
That's what I'm saying, man. Herman, come through the WUPS, man. We'd love to have you.
Mr. Hulst.
We'd love to have you, man. Second bit of quick fire news. Finally, thank God, Persona 4 Arena Ultimax rollback netcode is now available. It's available right now. So if you were waiting to get into P4 Arena so that you could, for the netcode, rollback netcode is there, it's implemented, and great time too, by the way. Like since this Evo time, this is definitely a big W for Atlas to get this out around Evo time, where a fighting game FGC is all congregating and whatnot. This is a great announcement. So shout out to P4, man, and that's great stuff. Next thing is in the fighting game realm, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is back, sorta. So the new Arcade 1UP has announced that there's going to be a new Marvel vs. Capcom dedicated cabinet that's coming out pretty soon. Which I'm not going to lie, I am extremely tempted to buy this. So it's a Marvel vs. Capcom cabinet. Now it's a Marvel vs. Capcom 2 cabinet, but it's also going to have Marvel vs. Capcom 1, Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, Marvel Superheroes, X-Men Children of the Atom, X-Men Mutant Apocalypse, and Marvel Superheroes in War of the Gems, all in this cabinet. Now, what I've been reading about this cabinet is going to cost about $400. Pre-orders start on September 8th, and it ships just a few weeks after. Bari, are you picking this up? How you feeling about this? What's up?
Yo,
I'm tempted, bro. I'll make a spot for it.
I don't even think I'm tempted. I'm like, I want to pick it up because, to be honest with you, these are like my favorite fighting games of like all time.
Yeah.
Marvel vs. Capcom 1 is my favorite fighting game of all time. Clash of Superheroes is in there. My favorite version of like Ryu, Sakura are all in these games. You know what I mean? There's nobody that didn't like the Versus series when these games were coming out. These were like getting heavy rotation on PS1 and then back in the day, man. Yep. So just to have these games again, And they said that this thing supports like Wi-Fi, so you're gonna be kind of limited as far as who you play, because not everybody gonna spend $400, $500 for this. But I'll be lying if I said I didn't want this, because I really want this badly. I'm kind of shocked that they don't have like a collection for consoles out there.
Hey,
as
real
well.
talk. This might it might be coming, man. It might be coming. But just as like a game, like a big, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is like one of my favorites. And I love the MVC series. I would love to just have this, man. Like this would definitely be something that I personally would love to have in the crib, man, and get like a nice stool.
Yeah, I would love to have something like this, man.
Yeah. I'm tempted.
I know it's gonna go quick too. That's the thing. That's like, I'm like, yo, should I even do it?
Listen, I already got it.
It's gonna go fast, and I've been waiting for these games to come back, yo.
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
but being able to permanently have these games, right, with the cabinet, bro, and then like, you got a game room, so you can have a dope game cabinet in your game room, like
I'll
something
put it
like
right
this,
in this
man.
corner right there, yo. Real talk.
Yep, I got a nice corner for it. I think I'm gonna get it. I already got it set to notify me, so once this goes up, I'm gonna make my decision.
Yeah, I clicked this to notify me.
Yeah. So that's one thing, and then another quick rapid fire news, real quick. So there's a rumor that PlayStation Showcase is happening this month. This month being August. What are you thinking, Bari? So this comes from Nick from Xbox Era. Nick Shapespell. Is he part of he's the co-founder of XboxEra.com.
Yeah, this is the Xbox Era dude.
So he
that
says,
always be leaking PlayStation stuff.
So he says, so because I've been getting asked, I asked if Sony had a show planned for September and got told that at the moment the plan is for a show in August. But just to make sure those that want to be pissed at me will be, not sure if it will be moved, was also part of the reply. So it can or cannot happen this month. What do you think, Barry? You think we it's time for a show, or you think PlayStation is going to stick to their usual routine of a show in September?
I mean, it's kind of common sense type of stuff, man. If you just look at the history of how PlayStation been moving,
yep.
This is around this time, August or September, they have another showcase that they do. You know what I mean? So if you look at last year, they did a showcase around this time. I think it was September mostly. So yeah, you're gonna see rumors come out like PlayStation having a showcase coming up very soon. Like, yeah, they did one last year at the same time. So hopefully it's true. I think PlayStation definitely needs to have like a proper showcase outlining the future of PlayStation when it comes to games past this year and beyond. You know what I mean? So we need to see some of these stuff that they've been talking about. These 25 games, these 10 these 10 live service games. What Deviation, what Haven is working on, actually see the game or what they're doing. And you got VR as well, upcoming. So yeah, I definitely think it's about the right time to have a showcase and just let PlayStation Nation know, like, hey, you bought our console, here's what's coming. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. It's time. It's definitely time. So So, Barry, I'm going to give you a choice because we at 1:45, and I do want to get through the community topics. But there's two news things that I did include, but I'm going to leave it up to you. We got the PlayStation's Q1 revenue dip. You want to talk about that? And Star Wars KOTOR being delayed indefinitely.
We ain't talking about no revenue dip, man. There's a whole bunch of stuff that, I can mention, everybody else mentioned. Nobody, we ain't talking about that. PlayStation, it had a revenue dip. They bought some studios. Games came out, services was down, revenue was down.
And the Destiny acquisition.
At the end of the day, they're still profitable.
Yeah.
That's
the Destiny acquisition closed earlier than expected.
Yeah, and the acquisition, yeah. So that's it.
Yeah.
It's understandable why that, a lot of money went to other things.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Or the money that they had, or, with, their operating costs, stuff, they use it towards these acquisitions and stuff.
Yep.
It's understandable.
Yep. And then shout out to JGamer UK, 4 months as a member on the channel, day one. He says, yo, shout out to Persona, Bari, and the WUPS Nation. Shout out to you, JGamer. We appreciate you.
Yeah, I think we missed a lot of super chats.
No, that was the only one. I got the rest of them.
I got
everything. Yeah. All right. So now we are in the topic portion of the show, guys. And listen, man, this is community topics today, this show. It's the first of the month, guys. So or the first podcast of the month. And so for the first podcast of every month is when we'll put the post out, wanting the community to give us a topics that they want us to talk about, and we'll choose. Me and Bari will choose, the ones that like 2 or 3 or whatever, to talk about, right? So there's only 4 this week, Bari, so I think we could get through all of them.
Yeah, I'm reading the questions right now.
So I'm gonna start with Bird, man. Shout out to Bird, man. Birdman. Appreciate you, man, being a member on the channel, man, and rocking out with us since day one. We appreciate you, Bird. So Bird's question or topic, Bari, is I want to know how much games made it click. I want to know which games made it click in your mind that you would be a gamer. For me, it was, and this is Bird, not me. I'm not replying. This is Bird's reply to the question. Bird is saying, for me, it was 2 games I played, Final Fantasy VI and Tales of Destiny 2, back to back. I didn't know games could have such a substantial story and narrative. After those games, I knew I would not stop being a gamer. Bird, that's a great question. Bari, starting with you. What game or games made it click in your mind that you were always going to be a gamer?
Yeah, very simple one for me, man. Like the Mario series on NES, especially Mario 3. The first one I played was the original one, but Mario 3 was one of those games where back and forth conversations, learn about secrets that's going on in the game. Oh, who can beat this game the fastest? Doing speed runs, but we didn't even know what the hell a speed run was. We were just trying to beat our friend on their time and how long they took to beat it. Definitely one of those games where it's just like, yo, I love playing video games. I love talking about video games and things like that. I remember the first Street Fighter as well. My cousins brought that game over, and they was busting our ass, yo. Like they was like, yo, y'all ain't good. Oh, let me show you this fireball. I do okay. I was like, yo, how you do that? They wasn't telling us that at all. We had to learn that stuff and figure that stuff out. So playing those old school games back in those days like that. Especially my first RPG I ever played was like Ys 3 on Genesis. You know what I mean? And even back then, I had like a minor understanding of what's going on, but I was just playing through it, getting through things. I mean, the figuring out stuff. Mega Man as well was a huge one for me. Like beating a Mega Man game or beating certain bosses of a Mega Man game, and telling your friends and going back and forth and talking about your shit. That was definitely like, I think I'm here to stay to talk about games and stuff like that. So yeah, my early childhood and first memories of playing some of these games from Nintendo, Sega Genesis definitely was when I was like, yeah, I think I'm definitely a gamer, especially when it comes to my family, because I was the main one playing video games mostly in my family. So
yeah. This is a tough question, because some of my most fondest memories are when I first got my Super Nintendo, and I remember staying up all night playing Tetris and Pac-Man and all those different games. Those are some of like my greatest memories. But what I think really solidified me being a gamer, no cap, is Pokemon. Because I remember when I first got the Game Boy Color, and my grandmother had bought me Pokemon Yellow version with Pikachu, and remember at the beginning when it started, it was like dun, 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 and then loud as fuck it go Pika. It used to be loud as hell. Like when the Pikachu came out, it'd be loud as hell Pika. Like it was crazy. And I remember playing Pokemon and really being into catching all the Pokemon. I had the Pokemon cards. I used to have the whole binder of the holographics. I had all that stuff. I lost all that stuff. I feel like now if I had that, some of those cards would probably be worth thousands. I kicked myself for not having all that stuff. But and then I remember going to school, and because I had the link cables, so like me and my friends would trade Pokemon and do battles and do all this other stuff, and talking about like the different Pokemon and talking about this gym and that gym and the Indigo Plateau and where to get cut and using the nursery and just having those conversations with my friends at school way back then, um, it really solidified like, yo, like I love gaming. Like I love playing games. I love talking about games. Another one was uh there's three because it's I'm time jumping a little bit here. But Final Fan not well, yes, Final Fantasy, but I'll save that towards the end. Um, Mega Man network battles,
Hey,
right?
that's my shit.
I remember playing that so hardcore and wanting
That
to
coming
get.
out next year too.
Yeah, I'm so excited for that. I remember playing Mega Man Network Battles 1 and 2, and me and my friend would like talk about like one of my friends in the neighborhood. We would talk like we were both playing it, so we would talk about the strategies we use fighting against this character and this person and running into this and how'd you get through this and that. And we would always have those conversations. And then the last one is Final Fantasy 12. So when Final Fantasy 12 came out, I had got the strategy book, and one of my best friends at the time in the neighborhood, uh, we was at his house, and I had the strategy book, and we was playing the game, talking about it, looking through the strategy. Like it was just a bit. It was an experience. It was him and it was his older brother, and we played that shit all night long, talking about it, you know, and just really into the moment. And I think those three games. Now there's others. I could say cliches like Mario, Zelda, and you know, Final Fantasy 7, and all these other JRPGs, Dragon Quest, and I can say all that stuff. But I think when I'm thinking about what really clicked, I'm thinking about experiences where I shared that experience with my friends or with somebody else, where it was like, yo, we talking about the game and talking about this and talking about that and all that. And I think those three games resonate with me, especially Pokemon. I think Pokemon resonates with me so much from back in the day.
Yo, the original Pokemon, I
Yeah.
had the game before I even had a Game Boy.
Oh
Because
yeah,
the
you
original
drilled.
Game Boy we had, the batteries busted.
Oh,
that
it
junk was
exploded in
done.
pause. It exploded inside the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but my
Okay.
mom, she took us to Toys R Us. I got blue. My brother, he had red.
Okay.
And yo, I was just reading the booklet, yo. I was reading that booklet left and right, bro. I knew the gym members, the leaders. I know the badges.
Yep.
Yo,
Yo, I
when I
remember the
got that Game
Pokemon
Boy,
books back in the day.
this
Oh
is the
my
Game Boy, not the
god.
Game Boy Color.
Yep.
It was a wrap, boy.
Yo, remember? Yo, back in the day, game was so different. Remember, it came with the booklet in the case, and it showed everything
They
online.
had a
But I
biography
remember
each character. Yo,
Yep.
Final Fantasy 7, the same thing. I used to read
remember
I used to take the booklet with me to school, as reading the biographies of everybody. Even though I was playing the game, I was still reading the biographies.
But remember,
reading the
Pokemon
world.
also had its own strategy guides, the yellow and the red. Remember, it had its own strategy guide you could get from Funko Land. Yo, man, I listen. It's so many other memories, but I think those three just like resonate with me. But shout out to Birdman. That was a great question. Shout out to Unikronn. This is a bit of a long question here. So shout out to Unikronn. Unikronn, he asks, PlayStation, Division, and Sony are making some serious hardware. What could they do to stand out if they were to create a pro controller, a fighting pad, and an arcade stick? Also, suppose they created a PlayStation Glove of Power, a much better Nintendo old school Power Glove, but modern with help from the Thanos Infinity Gauntlet. Seriously though, with the exceptional hardware that are in the end zone H9s and H7s, they could really make excellent controllers and arcade sticks to go along with their consoles, VR headsets, and monitors and more. Dare I say it, a brand new handheld to complement the two PS5s, not to have exclusive games. It would just play everything, just the PlayStation 4 library on the go with Sony's great hardware. PlayStation Vita was great, but that back touchpad, thumbs down. Anyways, stay blessed, and remember, Unikronn never loses. So Bari, that's a good question. Shout out to Unikronn. And you know, what do you think? What's your answer to that?
Well, yeah, the rumor is that they are creating a pro controller.
Yeah.
I feel like PlayStation creating a pro controller, it should do something very similar to how the Astro C40s were, where you can the left sticks and the I think it was like the face buttons were very modular. You can switch between where you want to put those things. You know what I mean? Because when you create a control like that, you're going to obviously want to appease to people outside of PlayStation 2, because like the headsets that they have, the H9, the H7s, they're not just PlayStation, branded. They're more Sony branded, but they fit for PC and PlayStation. So I think the Pro controller that they're doing, they're probably going to take the same approach where it's going to be like a PlayStation and PC type of, controller.
Yeah.
But the Power Glove thing, I think they're kind of doing that with the VR glove. I mean, the VR controller. It's not like a glove per se, but the same functionalities are there.
Yeah.
With that, the H9s are amazing. Like I really have no issues with those headsets. You know what I mean? Those headsets are just like, it feels good on your head. Like I can do really long sessions and not feel any fatigue of me wearing it, and it just sounds amazing. Like I feel like it's a cheat code too, because now I can hear people that's using Ninja. I can hear your footsteps, and I can hear from deep.
Then I tell you, bro, it's unfair when you're using the H9s. It's unfair, bro. It's unfair.
It's kind of a cheat code, bro.
Yep.
It's kind of a cheat code, but yeah, I think PlayStation is doing a smart job when it comes to VR. Let's see how this Pro controller is going to be. As far as a fight stick, I don't think you can really like innovate when it comes to that area. You know what I mean? Because fight sticks are, pretty prehistoric. Not prehistoric in like a bad way, but people want them pretty traditional. If you're going to have a fight stick that has like a actual stick in hand, I don't think there's nothing really that people really want as far as like just having all the functionalities that the controller can do, but just within the actual fight stick. Just make sure the thing can work, make sure it works really good, no input latencies on there. That's pretty much it. That's what people really want when it comes to a fight stick. But yeah, that's pretty much it that I have with it, with this question.
Yeah, I think you hit a lot of my points as well. I think the Pro controller is coming. If anything, I think it'll come closer to the end of the year, or sometime next year, because PlayStation's been putting out a lot of peripherals lately. To kind of support a bunch of different markets. Plus, we know that there was a patent that was announced or put in for a Pro controller like controller, or just back buttons, right? If they could do what they did with the PS4, where you got something that you could plug into it and it has back paddles that you could program and use, I think that'd be really cool as well. So, but I would want them to take their crack at an official PlayStation Pro controller with the back paddles and all that. Like I wouldn't mind seeing them take a crack at it, because to this day, I think the best Pro controller that I've ever used is the Astro C40 controller. That thing was so custom, and it was PlayStation branded or whatever. Well, not PlayStation branded, but it worked with PlayStation and PC. And that controller was so customizable when you use the Astro app. And you can customize everything with that controller. I still got it too. Like I use it for PC when I'm playing PC games. The weight was good. It was a hefty controller, but it was very well built. That Astro C40, I love that controller, that Pro controller, and the paddles were great on the back. So I would love PlayStation to kind of go that route. In terms of fight sticks, I don't really see PlayStation doing that. Same thing with fight pads. Let Razer and they got that, right? And PlayStation already does officially licensed fight sticks and all that stuff anyway. So I don't really
want this year.
Yeah, Vitrix. So I don't really see the need for that. Handhelds, y'all keep asking for this, and y'all ain't gonna support it. And I'm not saying everyone isn't, but Twitter and social media is a very weird place where a lot of people ask for things, and then when it happens, they don't buy it. You get what I'm saying? Are you gonna buy it?
I missed the handheld one, but yeah, I would love PlayStation doing handheld. Have their own games for it as well, and have where you can play PS5 games on it as PS4 games. Yeah, the thing is that I always will have this stance when it comes to these platforms and just the market and competition. If your competition is in the market, you should also be there as well, especially if that's your direct competition. I feel like Nintendo, I think Valve now with the Steam Deck, they're obviously competition with PlayStation, and PlayStation already had a handheld, which they went for. If you want to chalk it up to, they're 1-for-1 with it. I think they should give the handheld another go, in my opinion. The remote play and backbones and all that stuff is cool, but having your own handheld, and especially when the Vita was supporting that, I'll take that over, using my phone any other day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. I agree. But shout out to Unikronn, man. Appreciate you for the question. Shout out to Damien, man. Damien asked us gave us a good topic, Bari. Let's check out Damien.
Sure.
Shout out to the WUPS Nation. So Damien says, what was the first video game console you purchased with your own money? Mine were the PS2 and the GameCube. I have a funny story. I'm gonna let you go first, Bari. I got a funny story for that. Go ahead.
Mine's the same, PS2. The original PS2 I had, my brother bought that, but I bought my own PS2 because I was like in high school, and I remember buying another PS2 before I went to college as well. So yeah, every other console I owned before that, parents or my brother would buy them. My brother, my older brother, he played games, but he wasn't like playing games like me. So I was always benefiting regardless. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, PS2 was definitely my first one I bought with my own money. I want to say GameCube as well. Because I remember buying the purple GameCube. I'm trying to think, Nintendo consoles. No. You know what? You know which one I before the GameCube when it comes to Nintendo, but it wasn't a console, it's a handheld. I don't know if you count that. But I bought my own Game Boy Advance birthday money.
Oh, word?
I bought my own Game Boy Advance with my birthday money, yo. And I was young.
You know
I wasn't
what?
even high school then.
Yeah. Okay. So
I don't know if you count in the handhelds, but
yeah,
console,
we can count
PS2
it.
was
We
my
can count
first.
it. We can count it. You done? That's what you got?
Yeah.
All right. So for me, my grandmother had bought me the original fat PS2. No, excuse me. Check that. My mother. The original fat PS2. But when my fat PS2 broke, I bought the slim PS2. Remember the super small, super tiny?
Oh yeah, that skinny boy.
I bought that with my allowance because my parents wouldn't buy me another console, so I had to save my allowance and get it. So I bought a slim PS2. I also bought a Game Boy Advance SP. Remember the little flip one?
Oh yeah, that was the clam.
I bought that. Yeah,
Yo,
I
bro,
bought that.
I had all every Game Boy I had, bro.
I had all of them.
And the Game Boy Advance is my favorite handheld of all time.
Yeah.
I had the clam joint. I had the SP. The other, I had all, and I had the little microscope and the light.
Yeah.
Bro.
And then I did buy a those are like the first two, because my grandmother bought me a PS3 and all. So yeah, those are the first two. I did buy those with my own money. So yeah, PS2 and Game Boy Advance SP. So shout out to Damien, man. Great question, man. I
bought two PS2s on my own, high school and college. I bought another one. PS3 was everything. After that, everything I bought on my own. I was like 18, bro. College.
Yeah,
still a young dude. Still a young youth.
Young man. And then the last topic from JeffBGaming. Shout out to Jeff.
Yo, shout out to Jeff.
Being a member of the WUPS Nation. Shout out to you, Jeff, man. We appreciate you, bro. And so Jeff says, if you had to pick one game to buy this month, what game would you choose and why? Ooh. That's a good question. That's a good question.
That's a good question.
So I already got mine. I could go first if you want to think a little bit more, Bari.
Yeah, go first. Go first. I'm trying to think.
So for me, if I can only buy one game this month, that game would absolutely be Rollerdrome. Rollerdrome to me looks like the most unique game coming out this month, and it looks very vibrant, very fun. Excuse me, very it's very. It looks fun to play. It's really got me highly intrigued. I'm definitely putting a lot of time into this. Depending on the trophies, I might even get the platinum. But Rollerdrome is like top of my list. The game I can't wait to play this month.
Okay, nice. Yeah, PSP, PS Vita, I bought that on my own as well. That's the answer to the questions I'm seeing here. But yeah, my game would be SD Gundam.
I did buy Vita.
Battle Alliance.
I did buy Vita on my own as well.
Like I said, I love Gundam, man. I love robots. I love bots. Tall, large bots, paws. Yeah, it will be SD Gunner. Rollerdrome does look great as well, but I'm I'm more excited to play SD Gundam than Rollerdrome.
Okay. Okay, that's cool. Uh,
It's
so
a
those
tough one though,
are
man.
no,
Cause
that
some
was
good
good. That
games
was
come
tough
out
because
August.
Themisia is coming out as well this month, and I'm excited for that Souls-like game. That's
You
coming
know,
out.
it's a Souls game that people sleeping on.
Soul Thief,
It's called like Steel something.
Steel Rising.
Steel Rising. Is it Steel Rising?
It might be.
I think that's the name of the game. It's like it looks like it's in like some old times, and you playing like this robot type
Yeah, Steel Rising.
female
That's next
character.
month. Yeah, that's next month. Steel Rising. That looks like it's really good too, though. I'm there day one with
I
that.
see a lot of people talking about that game. It looks pretty good.
Yeah, I'm excited for that as well. So yeah, it's a solid month. It's a solid month, man. So shout out to the members, man. We appreciate y'all that wrote in and gave us some topics for the community topics for this week. We appreciate y'all. And listen, we are at the end of the show, guys. I made it. I was trying to get us out of here at a good time. You understand? I'm trying to respect y'all time, okay? Respect my time. I got a wife and kids. I respect y'all time, okay? No game with politician this week either. I locked them up. You understand? No politician.
Thank
But yo, man, we are in the outros, man. We about to get into these outros. If you made it this far in the show, I gotta give y'all trophies and y'all platinum.
Platinum.
Damn, man, y'all got 93. Y'all got 93 platinums, man. 93,
Boy,
man.
it's
Y'all
out
getting
here.
up there. Y'all getting up there. Y'all getting up there. Bari, give us your outro, bro. Let the people know what content you got coming. What's happening on your personal channel. Talk to the people, man. Where can they find you? Let them know.
Yeah, man, great show. Great topics, from the WUPS Nation. We appreciate you guys, asking those questions. Remember, every first of the month, we do community topics for from the members. So don't be shy, next month, write your question in there and we'll answer them to the best abilities that we can. But for me, this week is gonna be a good week, man. Good weekend for me because it's gonna be Evo. I'm thinking about streaming, whatever top 8 for Evo, maybe Guilty Gear or Street Fighter. I think I still might do this open lobby. If not, I'll probably do the open lobby like Monday night or something like that because I really want to get back into DNF. I haven't played that game in a week. I'm just trying to, make sure knock a little rust off or whatnot. But, it's Evo time. People are going to be watching the Evos and all these matches that's coming up, see who gets in the top 8. So I know it's going to be really, really good. But I'm gonna play it, see how it's looking, how I'm feeling around later on today. If I do stream it or not. If I don't stream it, I'll just have like a, just a lobby going, that's keeping it moving. But we'll see. But if I don't stream it this weekend, I'll most likely probably do it like Monday, super late in the night, or whatnot. But other than that, Evo weekend. So yeah, might be doing some top 8s for that. And that's pretty much it when it comes to the channel. I do have like a Speak from the Heart lining up, but I don't know if I'm going to do it this weekend. I mean, this week. It might be like a Sunday version, not like a Thursday, but we'll see. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me when it comes to my channel or whatnot. But yeah, great show, guys. We appreciate all the people, hitting the membership button, all the new members, all the people that's resubbing to the membership, the new subscribers in the channel. We appreciate you guys. The new we see some new people typing in the chat as well. We appreciate all you guys. Just remember, this is a PlayStation centric podcast. We focusing on PlayStation. So sometimes when you're asking about like other platforms or whatnot, we try to, avoid that so people won't get upset. But yeah, other than that, man, great show, great weekend. Happy Independence Day to all my Jamaican people out there today. Make sure you guys eat up well. Cook up some food, celebrate. You know what I mean? Just, bless it with your family or whatnot. And enjoy your weekend, man.
No doubt, no doubt, man. Yeah, man. Make sure y'all follow Bari on Twitter at jbari _ as well. For me, real quick, these last two super chats. Yo, Kyle Ward, appreciate you for the super chat. He says, just came back after shopping. Hope you two are doing good. And of course, the nation too. Beat Bloodborne recently. Gonna grab that platinum soon. Yeah, I'm gonna get the platinum in Bloodborne when they put 60 frames in the game. I ain't gonna cap. That's one of my biggest
ring
L's.
my bell. You can ring my bell.
And then King Kiso, man, appreciate you for the super chat. He says, I have never seen and ate so much food in my life. Bari and Persona, I'm gonna bring back some oxtails and mangoes.
Let's
KFC
go.
hitting too. Hey,
Yo,
man,
I'm
go
a
ahead.
mango connoisseur. So,
I like mangoes.
You know, I
man.
know you got some good ass mangoes, Kiso.
Jamaica on the list too, man. I gotta go to Jamaica.
Yo, where are you staying in Jamaica, King Kiso? Let me know. I hit you up with some spots if you probably already left already, but
Yeah. But for me, man, for those, you know, I was on Persona, gaming with Persona. I was your host this week. It was a great show, man. It's good to be back. And you know, for me, I put out my Sword and Fairy Together Forever impressions, but I'm looking at the video, and for some reason, it's the quality is not good. It's just not good.
oh, wait, you didn't put it in like 1080 or something?
No, it's 1080p, but it's 30 frames. It's not 60, and it just looks muddy. It just doesn't look. It doesn't look presentable. So, it's up for right now, but don't be surprised if it goes down and I am redoing it. I'm gonna just redo the whole video, and put it back up. So that'll probably be up by like Monday or something like that. COD Sundays.
Yo, that'd be the worst though, too, man. Now you got to do your whole impression over.
Yeah, trust me. Listen, man. But COD Sundays, I'm definitely gonna stream some COD this Sunday, and you know, play some matches.
Yeah, morning time.
Yeah, morning time. So COD Sundays as well. When Persona Speaks this week, yeah, when Persona Speaks. Also, Thymesia comes out next week as well, so I'm gonna play that and put my impressions out as well. And yeah, that's it, man. I'm not on Twitter right now, guys. I took a break. I'm taking a break. I'll probably come back towards the end of August or September, you know. But I'm taking a break, man. It's just too much bullshit on Twitter. So you can still follow me at Persona Speaks. I will be back on Twitter at some point. Just right now, I'm not posting nothing. I'm signed off. I'm not looking at anything. I'm not engaging or anything like that. Like Twitter is. I'm gone from Twitter. I'm from Twitter right now. So I'm on a break. But you know, you'll definitely see me when I put out content on my channel or when I'm doing WUPS throughout the month. So you know, you'll definitely be able to catch up with me. And
I see what you mean when you talk about your video. It don't even look like it's in 1080p. It looks
muddy.
like it's interloping. You know, when you try to mesh two resolutions together. Remember when back in the PS3 days where they would say 720i and 1080i?
Yeah.
Two images and put it together.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm like, yeah, I gotta redo that because I don't want that to be up, and nah, I want the experience to be good. So I'm gonna redo the whole video, and I'm probably just gonna take all the clips and just edit it in DaVinci because I edited it on Share Factory and then I brought it to DaVinci to do the voiceover, but this is why it happened. So I'm like, maybe I just need to take the clips and just put it all in DaVinci and do it all there. So that's probably what I'll do. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me, guys. I really do appreciate y'all coming through, rocking out with us, man, on this Saturday episode of What's Up PlayStation Podcast, episode 93. And always remember, guys, What's Up PlayStation Podcast is a podcast for the community, by the community. We hope you guys have a great weekend. Please be safe, and see you guys next Saturday. Same time, same place, same crew, the WUPS crew. And we out. Peace.